Alright, so let me see. I got it. I'm gonna leave it like that. All right, so when it's like it's like 9 o'clock y'all time, yeah.
Yes, sir. Officially 9.
All right. Yo, Joe, you hear me?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, for sure. I was having some background noise, but yeah, we straight now.
All right, good.
Hold on, Joe. I'm gonna let you so now I'm getting some feedback. Hold on. I think we good. We good.
Yeah, we good.
Yeah. All right. So we ain't got I got it figured out now. Yeah, so look, we ain't got MZ at least for the time being, y'all. So we just gonna go ahead and run the show. Me and Joe. Somebody else might pop up, depending on who else out there. But we just gonna go ahead and run it like this. What's his name? Eric R. He didn't already fell up in the building. You feel me?
What's going on, Eric R?
We got the regulars that came through. I see Cuddy Gill getting came up in there too. I'm gonna go ahead and just remind everybody that we up in here. Hey, so shit, this Monday night. So we just coming off that Sunday thing. What was give us a breakdown on that. What's his name? That Sunday football thing.
We had a few unfortunate tragedies. Bucks being one of them.
The niggas on a losing streak, huh?
They done hit one of them streaks. They started off all right, but now that reality starting to kick in. Some real G's is starting to show themselves and push to the forefront. So all the pretenders are starting to get weeded out. But yeah, my squad had to go out and do their thing. Came off a loss, which was self-inflicted, but we got back in the win column and did our thing against the Miami Dolphins at home Sunday night football, prime time, baby. Because we a prime time team, so we on prime time. But yeah, Baltimore looked good. Lamar was toting that thing. He had a really nice game against the Lions. Kansas City still Kansas City. 6-1. They doing their thing. San Francisco lost to the they lost to the Vikings, which was surprising. Didn't see that one coming.
That's their
But
first loss of the season, huh?
now they second. They done lost two straight too.
All right.
Yeah, so didn't see that one coming, but I'll take that. That's always a good thing, when you're fighting for that home field advantage. So only one team can get it from each conference. And good looking for the Vikings, helping us out in that department. So, but yeah, man, all in all, that's Dallas had the week off, so they didn't play this week. They had a bye. Um, most of the good teams were able to win, but you know we all know we all know who those teams are. I think the Falcons won last second field goal against Tampa Bay. Uh, but yeah, man, that's pretty much what went down football wise, man. How's everything going with you, man?
Shit, well, I'm gonna touch on that because, like, I really don't be watching no football no more. Based on the fact I really don't even like be home on the weekends, but I was able to watch. This like the first NFL game I didn't watch to the season was the Eagles versus the Dolphins.
Oh, you watch prime time, huh?
Yeah, I was able to watch that one. Now I seen that what I remember from the game when I think it was when the Eagles they had caught a pick, they had picked some shit off. Um, And I remember it was I think it was like something happened where Miami, they was like near their red zone. For some reason, there's like a bad call that didn't go their way, and they turn around and get like a turnover. I think they turned the turnover into a touchdown anyway, so it's like they got that get back. I remember that part of the game. But other than that, what's his name? Philly, they had pretty much had control of the game.
Yeah, Jalen got to tighten up, with the turnovers, and otherwise that game would have got out of hand. As far as us, that would have been even more convincing of a win. He spotted them 10 points with the turnovers, the fumble, and the interception. That was a fluky interception, but tip balls, that tends to happen. Sometimes you win some, you lose some when it comes to that. But yeah, all in all, you take away them turnovers, it would have beat Miami pretty comfortably in that game. So but it
And
was a good win.
because they said Miami, I think their defense was like hella banged up, huh?
They were missing their corners, their best two of their best corners, and they were missing some offensive linemen. But we had some guys we were missing also as well on our back end in the secondary. So you know, this time of year, ain't nobody coming in full strength. You're gonna have a lot of guys who are out. You're gonna be banged up. We seen that with San Francisco. They got Debo Samuels and their best, left tackle Trent Williams. He's both of those guys are hurt, and those are the two toughest dudes on their offense. So you're missing Debo and Trent Williams. That affects the run game, and then Debo is a physical wide receiver who could take a short pass and take it to the house and break some tackles and make a big play. So everybody's missing somebody. So ain't nobody 100% out there. On Sunday. So I don't see that as no excuse. You win with what you got.
Yeah, that's just pretty much like every goddamn game. Especially when it comes to this NFL, because what you got like less than a week to he'll get back right and everything. So yeah, they always have an injury report every team. Hey, but of course I can't forget. They had like some of the regulars come through. Trey, he didn't been up out there just saying what's up and stuff. So that boy, he be all up on the football shit too. He didn't fell through. MZ, oh yeah, this his show for y'all ain't know, but yeah, he over there doing like some type of training right now. But he just popped in to say what's up. I'm just pretty much just winging it tonight, hosting and shit for him. I don't know, he might come through later if he get up out of his class on time. Then y'all shit. If y'all ain't been around Marlo's Corner for a while, y'all done seen his name hella times. That's Nick Waltz, Iceberg Nerd. He done been around us for hella years too. And then what about who got upset in the college shit on Saturday?
I didn't really check out too much college football this weekend. I didn't get a chance to look at. I know there were some games that were close that a few teams was coming down the wire. I know Florida State and Duke. That was Florida State took the lead late in the game. They ended up pulling it out, so they stayed undefeated. But mostly this week, it wasn't really no top teams that took an L. The teams that were supposed to win, they pretty much went. They won this week. Had some upsets last week, but not this week.
I seen last week. I don't even know the result, but I think it was SC. They was like having a kind of a rough time with Utah. Was it they played?
Yeah, but Utah beat them last year too. Utah State giving them problems.
Yeah, it seemed like sometimes like the teams that they'd be favored to beat, like the Arizona States and all that, like they just like struggle with them teams like within their same conference. They always seem to struggle with. But nigga, I'll be over here. I'll be every damn time USC play. I'll be hoping them niggas lose anyway. So that shit work in my favor.
Oh, you got a little something against USC? What you got going on with them,
Man,
man?
USC is just a fucking overprivileged, ungrateful ass school. These niggas be having like the best of like people gotta understand they could get like the best of the best recruits. but it's just that goddamn program over there. They could get just as much talent. Well, I mean, to me, they already do. They be getting just as much talent as like Bam, all the other, the other top schools in the nation, your Bamas and all that. It's just that the program over there, allow them kids to fuck up where they don't be winning.
Could it be the coaching? They haven't won since Pete Carroll. It does take a certain level of coaching in order to win, and maybe they haven't got the level of coaching or someone to come there and coach him, and
Man,
because the talent is there. I mean, you get really good receivers, you get good guys at skill positions that play in the NFL, but since Pete Carroll has left, they haven't been the top of the top.
to me, I say it's just like the culture. Because at the end of the day, look, all these top recruits coming out. I mean, if they had a choice, they'd rather go to LA than, let's just say, like Alabama, a Baton Rouge, LSU. So it's something about when these niggas go to that goddamn culture, LA. Maybe it's just too much of a fast life. But when them kids get there, the shit just don't click right. I mean, they be having top players go over there, and them niggas don't be like, not all of them be excelling, like how you would think they would. They'll never bring home, a ring at the end. So to me, it's just like the culture. Whereas, Alabama, you go to Alabama, yeah, it probably ain't as much to do. You're gonna be locked in on your football shit. You got to uphold that standard of football out there.
Oh yeah, Nick Saban run a tight ship out there in Alabama, and it's not much that you can really do. It's not one of them big cities where you can it's lively and there's always something to get into as far as getting in trouble. You really gotta really be really doing something stupid in order to get yourself in trouble doing something out there in Montgomery. But
Yeah. Oh, you could.
but but as far as LA, and not to mention that these kids is getting paid now, that's a whole. There's so much stuff they can get into over there right now compared to before. A lot of stuff that kids was getting was under the table, and they had to make sure the NCAA wasn't getting wind of it. But now it's a whole different ball game with them kids getting paid. Imagine you getting paid, millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, and you still in school in LA of all places.
Hey, now look, I was just having this conversation with Nick Walters behind the scene. Now, being the fact that they just made it to where you can get paid off your likeness and all that. So wouldn't that mean just how you got like the NBA? Wouldn't that mean you're gonna see even more talent wanting to come to these SoCal schools based on the fact that, I mean, you can expand on your brand the most if you go in to California. You know how like they be saying like this open market stuff and all that. Even more kids be trying to come to SoCal.
I mean, at the same time, they're gonna want to get that exposure, and they're gonna want to go a place where they can win and be in those playoffs. So that's part of the reason why a lot of kids ain't really coming there because they they don't look at it as an opportunity for them to be able to get on the big stage.
But what about now when it's like you could get paid off your brand? You feel me?
Yeah, you can still get paid off your brand, but at the end of the day, you're still gonna want to get that exposure to get in the league also. I mean, at the end of the day, that does matter. Unless you're a quarterback, those quarterbacks, they could go to a school like UFC, and as long as they putting their numbers up, they're still going to get nationally recognized. Like Caleb Williams is getting recognized over there at UFC just based upon his numbers and the fact that he won the Heisman last year. So he's still going to get that recognition because of the position he plays. But other skill positions, they're going to want to go somewhere where they can get that recognition in those bowl games, those prestigious bowl games, playing the national championships, the semifinals, stuff like that.
I would definitely consider at least just being that big fish in a small pond. You know, a nigga like me, I'll go to somewhere like Arizona State. You know, I go to like a market like that. Shit, UNLV, niggas, a cool little market. Shit, maybe somewhere in Chicago somewhere. I just be the big fish, and I mean, yeah, I'd be the big fish in a small pond. You feel me? Hey, okay, yeah, Trey, he talking this yeah, we was talking about this too. This like a little funny insider. Whenever y'all hear a fighter talking about he doing it for the culture.
Oh man, I don't want to ever hear that shit again, bro. That's an automatic. You talk about automatic, nigga, just go ahead and book it. Stamp that shit.
Automatic. Let me get to, cause yeah, you remind me of something. Now I think the last USC quarterback who I thought was like, cool and he did a thing. Wasn't Carson Palmer? Didn't he come from SC too?
Yeah, Carson Palmer was probably the
Yeah.
best talented quarterback that came out of UFC as far as arm talent, accuracy. Um, if he didn't get injured, I still think to this day, if he didn't get injured, Cincinnati probably would have got a ring that one year because they were better than Pittsburgh and they definitely were on their way. And I think that knee injury changed a lot of stuff for him because I always liked the way he threw the ball.
Hey, see, that's another organization. When they was, I forgot that black head coach name. But I just feel like that organization, they had talent a lot of them years, but I feel like, for some reason, like they didn't really like push like that extra bit, like to really get them a ring because they had talent. During them years when Carson Palmer was there. And I feel like if Carson Palmer, at least if he would have went to like another organization, I think he would have been like an even better quarterback. Like no, no doubt about it, he was hella good because he had two careers. He had the Cincinnati run, then he went to Arizona, did his thing again. That was a good ass quarterback. I feel he would have been better if he would have went, got drafted by like a different team.
Well, a lot of it has to do with where you get drafted, like you said, and if you can't get to a place where it's a hotbed for free agents, meaning it's a place that people want to come, because of the city, the atmosphere, the activities outside of the opportunities to get endorsements, all those things matter, as far as you picking a destination to be able to say this is a franchise I want to play for. Um, with a place like Cincinnati,
Yeah, you probably got like a little ring or something. But yeah, because they had are you back, Joe?
yeah, like a place like Cincinnati, you're limited because you either have to draft well and you have to trade well. As far as you getting, players to want to come there, the place is cold. It's not that appealing as far as in the wintertime. In the summertime, it's cool. It's got a nice little city. There's some things you could do there, but it's not an attractive place to bring in free agency. So you really have to draft well and have to trade well in order to get talent. And they had talent on the offensive side, and they had a defensive head coach at the time who was pretty good, calling the defense. And the offense was just starting to put things together. They had Chad Ochocinco, they had TJ Husmanzada,
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
that
they
other wide receiver. I remember him.
they had I forget the running back, man. He was really good too. And so they had some really good offensive weapons, and they were coming into their own. I remember that playoff game. They were they were in a position to win it and possibly do some damage. And he hurt his knee and he was out. And that team was never the same after that. He wasn't the same for a few years after that either. So um, it's just bad luck. Sometimes teams that are that are had a downward spiral of losing, sometimes they hit a wall of bad luck at the wrong time sometimes, and that's what happened to them.
Yeah, and that's when it's just time to go ahead and blow up the organization. I feel that's exactly what happened when he got that knee injury. But yeah, Nick Waltz, he was saying, yeah, the internet, like basically in this era, even in the internet era, so you could get paid without like being like a big market all the time. So like location is less of a factor. And I definitely agree. Also like if like the time when Johnny Manziel, if he was around and he could get paid back then, oh yeah, that boy would have been stacking some shit. Okay, hey, Trey, he had the name on the running back they had. That was Rudy Johnson. That was their running back. Chris
Yeah,
Henry was the other wide receiver. I don't even remember him.
yeah, because Chris Henry he died due to some domestic stuff. He was trying to chase down his girl. She was driving the truck, and this dude hopped on the back of the truck and fell off and
Yeah,
ended up dying.
yeah, I remember that shit. I remember. Yeah, damn, I ain't thought about that story in a minute. Damn, hey, it's been some crazy incidents, even with the NFL shit. What was old boy named the defensive end for the Giants who blew up his damn finger with the fireworks, Paul or something.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Paul
He still,
Pierce.
yeah, he ended up playing even without them fingers, man. He still had a decent career afterwards.
Yeah, and that was his that should happen like when he was going into the contract, all season contract year too. Yeah, Jason Pierre Paul Gil Cole said it right. Yeah, that's what I would have said. Um, TJ Whatchamacallit, that's the other wide receiver that was paired out there with him. the,
Yeah,
the
nigga is retarded. He call it TJ whatchamacallit.
Yeah, I remember he was a nigga with the braids, and he was there for a long time too.
Yeah, he had that Chico DeBarge ponytail in the back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's the Kane up in here. He said, "Yeah, we talking about football a little too much." Then oh yeah, Eric, oh yeah, he been in the chat talking shit the whole damn time. That hey, he calling out everybody in the chat that come through. Goddamn
Yeah,
Eric.
yeah, he a little bit more rambunctious when it comes to promoting the Eagles. I'll rebuttal here and there, but when you're used to winning, you ain't gotta brag about it too much. You just let the results speak for himself.
Philly boy doing this thing, huh? Yeah. But yeah, I don't be able to catch the games, all that much. I usually be like out on the bike, but it was cool just to sit down and catch the game. And I know tonight is like the first night of the NBA. I was watching like the first half of the Lakers and the Nuggets.
Yeah, I saw the Nuggets pull away um, the last couple of minutes in the fourth quarter. It was competitive. I think it was like 94-90, and then Jokic hit that three. Lakers called a timeout, and the Nuggets never looked. They never looked back from there. So
Yeah, because I seen at one point it was up by like 16. The Lakers made a little comeback, but shit, it's gonna just make sports hella more interesting and shit. With both of them sports running concurrently.
yeah, it's the best time of the year. The fall is the best time of the year because all the major sports come back. Baseball's in the postseason. About to get to the World Series after tonight. Um, Gamblers are happy because there's a lot more games that you could put money on.
Yeah,
You
and all these
know,
damn prop bets you can bet on, especially with this NBA now. Hell yeah. Hey, damn, I know Trey out there. I wish I had like a little summary. He could give us a summary of the what's going on with the Champ Raw stuff. Cause I know, y'all done had another week just conclude. I think wasn't it Gil who came in first place?
um,
I
I
think
think
so.
I, I
For the
think
week.
Jesse Aguilar. Jesse Aguilar. I think She's in first place right now, so she's doing her thing. I think they're about 3 weeks in. So
Yeah. I think I seen some from Trey. He was saying like it was like a low scoring week for everybody. Uh, yeah. So they 3 weeks in. I just be like looking at the list too, just out of interest. A lot of times, then you start becoming familiar with the names. Like I always see, Jesse Aguilar, Nick Harmer. Them boys always be at the top. In addition to other people.
yep, the usual suspects always manage to be there at the end. Trey, he's in a good position starting off. I think he's in 10th. He's in the 10th spot or 11th spot. So, he's making a push. He might end up closing and winning this thing based upon how he started. Usually start off a little bit slow, but he's in the top 10 right now, so he got a quicker start.
Hey, now Trey was bullshitting last night, but shit, I was serious. When he said he gonna roll with Andre, I'm gonna roll with Andre.
Yeah, Andre done cut the braids off.
Yeah, I see that. I got used to the nigga with the, you know, looking like one of them niggas that's still active. But yeah, he didn't cut the braids off. One thing I'm paying attention to, I have been looking at just like the interviews, the first press conference and stuff, and I'm liking the fact that for him it's like it's like he kind of treating David like he got him figured out. Like he ain't tripping off David. He ain't no nervous off of him, no nothing. It's like he already got his number and everything. So he looked hella confident.
I mean, as he should. And on paper, he's the more skilled guy. We all know this. We all know Andre's pedigree. It's the only issue with picking Andre is the fact that um, we don't know him being, on how old is Andre? 35, 36 now?
I think 35, they say. I'll double check right now. But keep going.
Yeah, so I mean, with his age, the business side is not on his factor. We don't know if that age is going to show up in the ring against Benavidez. I'm looking forward to see how he responds to when he actually gets hit. If he could take the shots from Benavidez, if he gets hit clean. Um, I want to see how defensively responsible he is. I want to see if he has his legs. A lot's going. I'm going to learn a lot in the first couple of rounds in this fight based upon how he's moving. If he's moving too much, I don't see him being able to last. He's going to have to be able to move in angles, smart, not dance around and try to win, with lateral movement in that way, but just using angles and turning Benavidez, getting Benavidez out of position. That's the way he's going to be able to beat Benavidez.
All right. So I mean, we seen David last fight, so we seen a game plan that was temporarily effective, and at the same time, I think we all could see that that game plan was going to crumble eventually. The constant, keep some distance and hold as soon as he get close to you. I don't see that being Andre style, anyways. Another thing that come into play is a referee in these fights. Y'all don't know how much the referee, until you know who the referee is. Y'all don't know how much holding they are going to allow. So that's a huge factor, and we don't know the referee regarding this fight either. Just like when we was looking for Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, we was all interested in who the referee was going to be as well. Um, as well as the Crawford versus Spence fight. We was very interested in who the referee was going to be. So that's one thing that we got to look forward to. Who is the referee going to be? Now, one thing that people have been mentioning, I can't deny, the fatigue in the later parts of the fight. Andre, even when he fighting these guys, he be fighting in cruise control against, come those ninth, ninth round and on, he do definitely fatigue. And with him, he's a fighter. I see when he fatigue, that technique definitely gets sloppy. And I don't think that's something that you could change to say, okay, well, no, I'm gonna, have it up all the way on 100 when I fight this guy. I don't think that's something that you could do. Your endurance is just your endurance, and your shit is not the best, especially you're going against this type of guy. You feel me?
Oh yeah, definitely. And that's one of the things when if the fight gets to nine, 8, 9 round, and that's why I was talking about his legs. I want to see how his legs are the later the fight goes, um, because that's going to tell me a lot as far as him being able to avoid shots. Because and for him to be effective, continue to be effective, and I also want to see if his punches are able to have some form of effect on Benavidez. If he can have enough mustard on his shots to be able to get that respect, I want to see that also.
Yeah. Even at 160, I looked at him like he's just another opponent. He got the respectable power. Um, I think more so of maybe his damaging shots than came from just that southpaw stance. But I definitely don't look at him as like this dangerous puncher or anything. And I mean, shit, I don't see it happening now that he reached 168. I just don't see it happening. Um, One thing I do respect that he did though, when he first said he was moving up to 168, he said he got to like let his body acclimate to the division first, and that he did. I give him that. So hey, maybe see, it's this thing with Andre. This I didn't see Andre like all his fights. He been fighting against cruise control. I don't know if this is a dude who can snap out of it. It's just like when a team is hot, or like they hot. They used to blowing everybody out. When the team finally show them some resistance, can they snap out of cruise control, pick it up in that next gear? I don't know if Andre could do it because he's been fighting in cruise control for so long. I usually don't bet on a fighter doing that. So Eric R, he's saying, yeah, he got Andre also. Yeah, Nick, he said, yeah, Andre, yeah, too many questions to answer at this point in his career, too many ifs, and yeah, that that's the thing. I mean, the one thing that make me want to pick him though is, like I said, this was a real good like top amateur. He didn't show us his skills in the past when he was on his come up and all that. It was just I'm gonna say like after the Mars Rosian, I know after the Brian Rose fight where his career really just got stalled. That's when from there I really ain't seen no progression like that. And part of that is because the lack of activity. And when he got back with the zone, they got him a lot more active than he was in the past. Like I said, he was fighting all them guys in cruise control. Yeah, we got to be prepared to fight. Yeah, he do. And I think he will. He definitely at least gonna give the effort based on the fact that this his first big fight of his career, and this fight, even win or lose, this fight is definitely gonna define his career because you got a lot of people. They say he ain't had no big fights, so this gonna be the fight he most remembered for. And I expect him to put himself in line of fire, not pull a Jamel Charlo, even if he got to risk getting knocked out if things get shaky. I expect him to do so because this gonna be his defining career as far as what he remembered by, based on how his careers went. I said I know one thing. I don't want to see any more boo boo face off. uh, hey, that boy, he always be funny with his face offs too.
Yeah, I mean, with Andre, it's now or never, man. It's either he's going to have either he's going to show what all of us believe he could possibly be, or he's going to be remembered as probably one of the most disappointing, promising guys of this era because there was so much promise with Andrade. And I don't I don't want to say this right now, but I just want to put that statement out there. So, you know, I do want Andrade to win this fight because of everything that he's dealt with in his career. And I think, a win like this would stamp well, it's not gonna stamp him for Hall of Fame status, but it's definitely gonna put him where he should be as far as one of the top echelon fighters in the sport of boxing, and give him an opportunity to be able to face a Canelo, even though Canelo still might choose to fight who he wants to fight, but at least it puts him in that conversation and gets him closer, you know. So I want to see that for him, but um, yeah, he's got a lot on his plate for this fight. This is definitely the biggest fight of his career, and he definitely needs to win it in order for to continue to do the things that he wants to do in the sport, and for the fans to be able to keep his name out there. Because if he loses this fight, you know how the fans are. They're gonna toss him and throw him in the trash.
Oh yeah, well, one thing about a guy like that, southpaw, very very talented southpaw. This is the type of guy that, like, once they get him up out of the sport, yeah, he gonna be up out of there, um, and especially taking a loss because his style is just so challenging. On top of that, not the most exciting, entertaining. Nobody's gonna be picking Andre, to bring her to big up their prospect or anything. So yeah, it's kind of like he got to win this fight or find himself in no man's land. Um, so yeah, it's a very very challenging situation that he put himself in. But like I said, he looked so confident, and he real confident in his skills and abilities. So shit, maybe he knows some that we ain't seeing. Maybe he looking at Benavidez and saying this is like kind of easy for me. Something that I do really really believe though, and I've been believing this ever since this fight got made. I do see, at least for the first half of the fight, I see Andre like clearly, beating his boy, clearly winning a fight. Um, Multiple times, definitely taking advantages of David's flaws, making him look like he not on his level as far as the skills go.
Yeah, and to me, that's the type of fight he's gonna have to display because if the fight is close, I don't think he's gonna get the nod. So it has to be clear cut, no debate as far as the performance.
Yeah, and we picking backing off of what Trey was saying last night. The fight is not set up for Demetrius to look good or like to build him up. It's set up for David to win. Um, he's the one who still could, you could still grow him into a star. It's a lot of upside in his career. Really not the case for Demetrius.
Yeah, this like Andrade's the stepping stone to bigger things for Benavidez. That's how this matchup has been presented, and that's how if David wins, that's what people are going to take from it. This is a further career building type fight for Benavidez. It boosts his profile because he's facing a guy who's a multi division champion who's moved up in weight, and this guy is undefeated, and he took his oath. You can't take that away from him, and it builds up, you know, that argument for him to get that shot at Canelo also. So those are some of the things that Andrade has to deal with. It's a big mountain for him to climb. I'm not saying he can't climb it, but it's a lot.
Yeah, and I think I would trust a fighter more if a fighter had been continuously active and um, fighting at his highest level throughout his career, as far as as opposed to fighting in cruise control. Larry Liston, I believe I've seen him in the chat a few times. he basically said he reiterated something I said about Andre. He gonna do real the first half of the fight, but then he'll fade, due to the weight and inactivity, which will show up in the later rounds. But then he also make a good point that we haven't even thought about. PBC, they got no steroid testing, and then you combine that with David, who's gonna be working with Mima Heredia. So he's saying, yeah, that boy, he gonna have a nice concoction in his system. Yeah, that's something to take in consideration. I mean, hey, people gonna say Mima Heredia, and then some people there argue, oh, Demetrius, he messed with snacks, so that as people just throwing out they stereotypes and stuff. Eric R, he said, yeah, he missed the fighters that gave a big fight and will go in there and make a statement. Yeah, and right now that's a very sensitive topic based on the fact that recently we seen where Jamel did. I think that fight is still leave a bad taste in a lot of the fans' mouth based on the fact he pretty much just came there and it was for the money. It was all about the money.
I mean, yeah, for me, we got we got quite a few fights that we wanted to see. We got some clarity, but none of them stood out as far as being a really competitive fight where we can all say, yeah, that was memorable back and forth that we need. Like we need those type of fights with these top guys.
Yeah, then all right, Larry said, yeah, you got to use jab, slip shots while posing the threat of danger and set up the left hand. Yeah, I'm being a southpaw. Yeah, as big as ass, but let's see if the power is there at 168. Yeah, I don't expect any spectacular power, but he does have a very effective southpaw style. Being that he's not even a real southpaw, but yeah, that was could definitely give David a problem, multiple problems. If the less talented the real brother can make Devin look human, yeah, Booby should be able to get it cracking and capitalize on that. Yeah, I was at that fight, and it's unfortunate his face fell apart because he was doing a good job, and he even then he was very undersized in that fight, but he was definitely doing this thing. It's just that cut really messed him up. Okay, so Larry, he said, yeah, he picking Benavides by some type of decision, but he think that Andre gonna do well. But he felt, oh yeah, his last fight, this Mon Nicholson fight was a bad luck. Hey, Larry, I was thinking about that fight every day. Now I know Andre scored a legitimate knockdown over him, but wasn't it like a questionable knockdown in that fight? On Andre, like didn't he get knocked down, but it wasn't called a knockdown. But yeah, anywho, I mean, at least that fight I'm actually interested in. I have no interest in watching Jamal versus Jose. Uh, gosh, I think Jose he's coming off like a year layoff as well. Um, but he's just so undersized in that fight. No, I just really got no interest in that fight. The only thing that like spark interest maybe it's like you never know where Jamal's mind is at, so he might be right for the picking. Other than that, I got no interest in that fight.
Yeah, that seemed like they just threw that together just at the last minute and said, "Here you go." There's really no rhyme or reason for them two fighting.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, one dude, he really shouldn't even be at 54. Nonetheless, now he fighting at 60. I mean, I just think that's, hey, but that's his career. It is what it is. Um, um, hey, peg leg, as they call him. Now, look, I know you had seen some of these rumors, and I think this just shit that's just being floating out. So we heard that um, who was it? Danny Garcia versus Sandy Lara is going to be on this card. The same card is going to be Thurman versus Iman Stanionis. And there's one more fight that they was floating around also. I can't quite remember, but it just seemed like somebody just throwing out random rumors about this card. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've been seeing the same thing. You got a lot of veterans on this card, and I'm just curious as to, what's the purse breakdown for all these so-called veteran guys who are used to getting paid a certain amount to be on this card. Are they taking pay cuts? Because that's the only way I could see all these fights being made on this card.
All right, y'all. I'm skip past from what I was getting into. We got the host who finally I don't know, maybe he got like a break or something, or maybe he completely in here, but now we get to welcome MZ to his own show.
What's up, fellas?
Salute, MZ. Salute.
Man, salute. I appreciate y'all going ahead and running things. Hyphy, it worked out great, I see.
Yeah. Had a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, but I got it jumping now. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
You on
only
break?
get to swing. No, yeah, I'm swinging through real quick. I got a couple of minutes before we start this other chapter. And I just wanted to stop through and say, what's happening? My football team is still the best in the North and the East.
Yeah.
Hey, MZ, we still got the most unstoppable, the most undeniable, the most electrifying move that got everybody in football talking about the brotherly shove.
Well, we're going to run it on down and see what it do. See if it don't put us in the Super Bowl. Hey, I heard y'all talking about Boo Boo and
David.
And shoot, I don't know, man. Joseph made a lot of good positives about points about Boo Boo having to be able to move, but not move so much where he get tired. Can he overcome not really being that recent in the ring? He can't wait for David. He gonna have to take it to David. He gonna have to make David respect him early in order to keep David from trying to march him down and putting that pressure on him throughout the fight. If he can do those things, he stands a chance. But then taking into consideration what Trey X was saying the other day about the way it's set up, the money, who the money behind, follow the money, and the money say the biggest payoff at the end if the goal is Canelo and he end up with Canelo. He made a good point saying, look how much money that fight can generate. You're going to have all the Mexican American fans. Mexico going to be in there. Mexican to get the Mexican Monster against Canelo. I don't even know what his nickname is, but that make a lot of sense. I haven't quite made my decision yet, but I will have it down before it's time for the fight.
Yeah, if you got some time. And then I mean, in the meanwhile, it's definitely, like other fights that's still, coming about. But yeah, that's one that, people looking forward to. And of course, this week it was announced that officially, Montsanionis, he'll be defending his WBA against One Time.
Once upon a time?
Sometime.
Okay. Oh, D-Lo say Canelo is his nickname. Oh, my bad. I thought his name was Saul Canelo. Well, maybe I'm wrong. But
you said it right.
Yeah, Saul Canelo.
Correct.
Whatever, man. If that's his nickname, that's his nickname. That's a suck nickname. I would just say that's a suck nickname. And so Keith and they fight finally cemented. So Keith about to do it for the culture, huh?
Hey, he better not say them words, man. You know them words is cursed.
Man, that's a curse saying, right? I'm doing it for the culture. Y'all know I beat that man. All of a sudden, the wheels fall off. Don't nobody, man. If any of my favorite fighters let it pop out their mouth that they doing it for the culture, I'm gonna automatically just place bets against them. This motherfucker finna lose. Straight out the gate. I'm glad Earl didn't say he was doing it for the culture.
Hey, This you remember this fighter Jojo Diaz, right?
Yeah, I know JoJo.
Yeah, that little bastard. He had a fight over the weekend, but it got well, he had his fight scheduled. They got basically canceled because this bastard he gonna come in like 10 pounds over the weight limit.
That means he didn't want to fight. He just wanted to have a camp. How did you
It,
come in 10 pounds up? What was he doing?
but the crazy part, this happened I want to say like earlier this year or sometime last year. He had the same thing happen. Like he came in hella overweight again.
That's the one that Danny Garcia knocked out, right?
No, this is the one that Devin Haney beat him a couple years ago. Williams Zepeda just beat the brakes off of him.
Okay, I got the wrong person in mind.
Yeah, he's lately he's been fighting at lightweight.
Okay. He said Larry Liston said he was 12 pounds overweight.
Okay, yeah, even worse. But yeah, it's like the second time within the last year that he didn't came in like hella overweight.
Man, who else we got on the panel? Joe Brown, who is that?
That's just my other profile.
Oh, okay. You got two profiles on this bitch. Okay, I see the time is, and I see that they lighting it up. Hey, I appreciate y'all doing it. I'm out. I probably won't be able to get back, but y'all do y'all thing. I appreciate it, Hyphy. Keep it going, baby.
Yeah, we here. We got it. We gonna hold it down.
Peace.
All right, y'all. I want to pretty much let MZ like get the floor because he had limited time, and like this is his shit. If it wasn't for him, none of us would be up on this thing at least. But yeah, Larry. Okay, yeah, he was just talking about some stuff. I'm gonna get to some of your comments. Yeah, Jamar activity. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. To me, his mental state. I think like him just being inactive. I still think he would have enough to clearly beat Jose, who he wasn't even a hard puncher at 147. But it's his mental state. This dude, he could go in the ring and just collapse. This fight, Floyd versus Mikey, I did hear about this being thrown out. I would be willing to bet Mikey is like pretty close to 200 pounds right now, I would think. Chris Cobra, boy, that's Venezuela. Yeah, this is definitely deserving of a rematch. I could have swore, Cobra, he was saying that he was going to return to 130, but that's definitely deserving of a rematch. Yeah, okay, yeah, D'Lo. Now he missed most of the part where we was talking about Android. I know he would have enjoyed that section. Probably wouldn't even chime in on it. Okay, yeah. See, there was a card I think earlier this year where like Zerto and Joseph they was training out of the same gym and they both came in like hella overweight. So yeah, that card just it got ruined. You think Zerto was like 26 pounds overweight. I think he was like 12 or like 14 pounds overweight. I don't know, but I just know he was like hella overweight.
I just feel like Mexican fighters, the fact that they have so many places in Mexico where the altitude is crazy, it doesn't make any sense for you to come in 26 pounds, 12 pounds overweight. I mean, if these guys are actually taking it serious and training,
well, for that camp, they was out here in LA.
Yeah, see. And JoJo, he been flirting around for a minute with his weight. I mean, we've seen him when he fought Gary Russell. When he fought him, when he fought Tevin Farmer, when he beat the brakes off of Tevin Farmer. So, I mean, at this point, JoJo is he's a gatekeeper right now.
And that's the thing. Now his mindset, he's falling into the mindset of like, just an opponent. For example, it's like I'm gonna show up if you pay me. And he's another one. He had recently came out and that he had like some mental battles going on and all that. I really don't like giving guys who be having some questionable shit on their name a pass, even if it comes to some mental health stuff, because he definitely got some dirt on his name and the way he be acting. I think that shit true, but that's neither here nor there. Okay, yeah. So Larry, he said, yeah, Jamal, you had to sit down with Ronnie and Roy, and they were just talking about his mental health and working out this marriage. I don't know how recent that was, but yeah, I mean that's definitely a step in a good direction. But just me personally, and I'm not saying like this dude he be like smoking we call it wet Angel the Sherm, but when I see Jamal, it remind me of like niggas I didn't see, who then got hit a hit of that wet in the past, and even if they get off of it, they mind ain't never really make it back to normal all the way. That's the same thing I'm seeing in Jamal. Like I just don't see him coming back to I guess we could say his mental peak that he once was. I just can't see it. I just looking at the nigga hair, for example, and how he walk around looking like that. I just don't see it.
Yeah, it seemed like every time this dude go to a fight, something happened. Yeah, he go to a fight, he got slapped. Go to another fight, he doing some. He taking photographs with the ops. It's just this guy always got some kind of funny, goofy business going on, man. Outside of the ring, and we don't even know if he's gonna make it to this fight. To be honest with you, I mean, we gotta hold our breath. Something crazy might happen. He might not even make it to the fight. I'm not wishing that on him, but I'm not putting much stock into him making it to the fight.
Hey, and okay, Eric R. He see the same thing I'm talking about, but see, this be the type of stuff. Okay, taking pictures with somebody that we could probably say you shouldn't be taking a picture with. You hugging on your brother, while he trying to lock in for his fight. To me, that's just shit that I would see a drunk motherfucker do. Like when your homie gets so drunk and shit, and he starts telling I love my niggas and shit like that. I just don't see a nigga who mental is right. You feel me?
No, and that's a legitimate thing, as far as what you're bringing up right now, because there's a lot of questions surrounding him, and it's a good thing they're not putting him in there with a world beater and Benavidez, but at the same time, it's hard to trust Charlo at this point. He's got to earn that back because he's been out of the ring so long, and a lot of the stuff that's happened outside of the ring, it's hard for you to trust the Charlo that you saw before all this stuff transpired.
And see, when I see a fighter like that, to me, it's possible that like shit, he could just get up in the ring and I'm too tired, or this start hurting and shit. He could go ahead and just quit the fight, like just quit on his stool. Like I said, I just don't see a fighter that's there, and even outside of just a fighter alone, I just don't see a nigga that's right mentally, and I don't know if he could ever be like I said, I don't know if he could ever be back right. Go ahead, Kane.
Yeah, I agree with y'all on Jamal. I don't know if y'all saw the $1 million worth of game interview with Caleb Plant, and he was talking about the conversation that him and Jamal had before he slapped him and shit. So like he sound like a crackhead even in that conversation, because he was like, because the dude was like, yeah, man, me and Jordy, your wife, and all that type of shit, calling him by pet names and all that stuff. And he was like, the fight, because let's see, Caleb Plant was saying that he was telling Jamal, I don't know how to take you and stuff, because 1 minute you'll be saying we cool, the next minute you'll be saying you gonna whoop my ass and all this type of shit, right? So he was like, nah, we cool, even me and Jordy, And he was like, that ain't cool. You call my wife by a pet name, you know what I'm saying? So then he was like, well, we fight, it ain't gonna be close, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm gonna beat your ass. He's like, see, that's what I'm talking about. How you just be coming out of nowhere with bullshit. Like the way he was describing the conversation with Jamal is just like he was just all over the place. So yeah, man. That was a first
Yeah,
hand account.
and even though I don't like that nigga, I would believe that because at least I can say Caleb, like his mental sanity is already there. So I would probably lean towards believing that. Plus, what we heard about how the whole slap and incident came to fruition. Okay, Larry, he said, so Ennis, they talking about they I guess working on a fight with Cody Crowley, but I guess Mario Barros, he might really be an option now that he didn't express that he want that fight. Um, Shit, what y'all think? Who y'all think would be the tougher opponent?
I think Mario Barrios would give him a fight. I don't. I think from a standpoint, that's what we want to see. We want to see Boots in a fight. I think Barrios, even though he would be outgunned, he would actually fight Boots.
Are those the only two options? Damn.
Well, I guess like at least for for the moment, because we don't even know if like Mario, Barros is actually like in negotiations, but we definitely gonna throw it out just based on the fact it's like the only person we never heard, period, actually expressed that he wanted to fight Jerron as the late.
Mm.
Um,
Well, yeah, let Barrios get beat up.
I mean, in my eyes, it'd be another spectacular performance by Boots because uh, Barrios is going to step to him. He's going to try to throw the jab, and at the same time, Boots is going to allow Boots to display a lot of his athleticism and some of his abilities counter punching.
Yeah.
um, Look, to me, I don't know. It's funny because, yeah, I definitely, of course, I see Barrios getting his ass whipped, but I still see him putting up, just a better fight and a more competitive fight than Cody Crowley. Um, so I look at Cody Crowley just same way I look at Caleb Plant. He, this dude, a light ass puncher at 147. Like he there, yeah, he could be. I mean, he a contender status, but where he at right now, that's just the furthest he gonna go. I don't think anything special of him at all. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Man, anybody who got stopped by Tank at 140 is not finna beat no Boots in this, man.
Thank you.
And
It's like
it's
a bigger, more athletic Tank.
yeah, and I mean it does. It really doesn't move the needle as to giving that extra oomph as far as yeah. I really want to see Boots out there again. Like if he fights a Cody Crowley, it's gonna be like when he fought Karen.
Karen Chukazi, yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly the type of fight it's gonna be, and that doesn't make for a great matchup as far as entertainment value.
Hey, so Larry Listen, he was saying, yeah, Boots is like basically one of his favorite fighters, and he see like the Roy Jones abilities combined with like James Toney abilities and all that. You might not like this, but I say for Jerron, I see a very I see like a athletic guy combined with just like a good fighter, but like the skill set, I don't think the skill set is on like a high level. Defense definitely not on no James Toney level, not even close. Um, it's just some stuff that like if you was like to watch film study on that dude, you would see stuff that would not make you say, okay, this is like a highly skilled fighter. But nonetheless, when you look at the whole package, you see a very challenging fighter to beat, and a good fighter too. And as far as his style, like him, yeah, his style definitely could allow him to become an American star. And now it's just about the marketing part. Constantly having them fight over there in AC, for example. That's one thing I would do. Don't bring him back to Vegas. He's another one. You got to have him fighting a minimum of 3 times a year.
Have to capitalize with him being showcased in Atlantic City. That's a very good place. It's a place that's not being utilized like it was back in the day, but it definitely can bring people out on that side, and it could really build up, quite a bit of a buzz for him over there. The last fight he had a really good fan turnout, sold pretty well, and he won in impressive fashion. So they got to keep building him over there.
Yes, nigga Eric. He said, "Yeah, Devin, when he go to 147, he ain't gonna have no punching power."
He said a year or two, Devin's big ass gonna be at 147 with 122 punching power. Damn.
Hey, okay. I don't know if you probably didn't see it, but it's like this clip where Devin he like hitting the bag and shit.
I was about to talk about that clip.
Yeah, go ahead.
Every time he hit the bag, it was like, what was it, like pillow sounds every time he hit the bag?
The rubber ducky sound.
Rubber ducky sounds every time he hit the bag.
I'm sorry.
Eric all clowning, man. He said Joseph Brown with that Circuit City headset. He said one of us sound like we're in the 1980s horror flick, like you're outside on the swing. Hell no.
Ooh, man. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna get back to Gerard.
City.
So yeah, a lot of people don't want to fight Jerron. I mean, you just look at him overall. That type of style, that's a hell of a challenge. I mean, you got to be like, to me, like you can't have like ain't no flat-footed fighter gonna beat that guy. You got to have tremendous footwork. You got to have IQ. I mean, I think I speak for most of us. We only see one other welterweight out there able to beat this guy. Period. So. That speaks a lot. That's just a big ass challenge, and
you must be referring to the highly special Terrence Crawford.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
And you combine that with the risk versus reward. I can see why a lot of people don't want to fight him.
I won't be saying that another year or two from now. You're on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah, and I mean, like, hey, that's the only person out there that we see that we would favor to beat him.
I don't know, man. Santilla, y'all ain't got Santilla.
Oh yeah, that nigga came up, huh? He did his thing.
He snapped. Hey, did y'all see the Gabriela Fundora fight?
Mm-hmm. She got walked away with a stoppage too.
Yeah. I fuck with that performance.
Yeah, Santian, came out of, got the upset too, stopped his man. He was, he pretty much was like winning the whole fight, if you ask me, kind of like dominated.
Mm.
What boots that? You got what he has that some of these American fighters lack is the, incredible offensive ability. That, and he can throw shots and catch and shoot. Yeah. His style is he has like another style that's real is like very eye pleasing to the eye. So it's definitely Like you should have no problem marketing this dude. And I wanna I gotta go back up here because I completely forgot. But I seen Big E. He had came in here earlier. Peace, Big E. I don't know if you knew, but yeah, we just kind of filling in for MZ tonight. But yeah, it should be no problem marketing Jerron just based on his style in the ring.
Hey,
Now I know.
when Showtime shut down, he might be on the verge of superstardom if he go over to ESPN.
Well, I was just about to touch on that, and that's a good segue um, that you allowed me to be able to get into right now. But there's no guarantee with any of these networks based on how boxing is going that they're going to be around long term. I'm hearing rumors that ESPN may not renew the contract with Top Rank,
Mm.
and the Zone is under the same. They under the same line of fire also in terms of them not being able to sell the subscriptions and stuff like that. So boxing as a whole in the United States is in trouble.
Now
And
that just mean we on the verge of what's his face? What's that man name? Dana White taking over. Zuffa. Whatever that shit he called it, he got going on.
well, I don't know if he's going to take over. If, they done. He's no longer going to be running the UFC because WWE has partnered with the UFC, and he's going to be phased out. So he's not going to be the face of UFC.
Mm.
This is a
Interesting.
question. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Well, I'll get this. Will just be a question for the three of us. Larry, he asked, who do we want to see Tank fight next? Isaac Cruz, Frank Martin, or somebody else. I mean, y'all go ahead.
I don't give a fuck who Tank fight next. Why don't he send somebody some offers? Leonard Erler be over there talking about can't nobody send him no offer to fight on their network and all this shit. Well, why he ain't sending no offers then? Man, fuck Tank. Till he fight a champion or somebody, I don't give a fuck who Tank fight.
Well, that's very telling. That lets me know right there they're in no position to send nobody an offer. they need to make a deal. They need to sit down and find a network and a home to get on in order for them to make a big fight.
Word.
I mean, I could just say that we already know, I mean, y'all done already heard a lot of people don't want to see no goddamn Isaac Cruz rematch when it's clearly tougher competition out there. People don't want to see that rematch.
Bro, that fight is dead. Now that Showtime is going the way they're going, that fight's not gonna. No other network's gonna pick up that fight. So he's gonna have to look for other pastures. I mean, it's like how do you call it? Free agency. Everybody's out here looking for a suitor. So everybody got to be auditioning at this point.
Yeah, man.
So I that's what gives me hope about Benavidez versus Andrade, because this is an audition for who's ever fighting this last couple of months of the year. This is all a big audition.
Yeah, if I had to pick, I would agree with Eric. He said Shakur, Frank, Teofimo, or Devin. Take Frank out. Yeah, I go with the other three. Shakur, Teofimo, or Devin. But preferably Shakur or Teofimo.
Hey, I can only imagine what things would be like if Jerron was if he signed with Top Rank. I think he would be one of those guys where he would just like be fine every 3 months, and he would just have to be worked up into like mandatory position because it'd be tough to get him the type of fights that he would need. Yeah, Trey. So yeah, that's another thing too. The combinations, that's very just eye catching to the casual fan. A fighter that throws combinations, quick, hard shots. Like I said, very, very pleasing style. Larry, he said Bootsy going to sign in Mayweather, probably keep fighting on the PBC, Amazon and his own stuff. I mean, this is the last part. I guess I disagree with you. You should have signed with Mayweather. I don't recommend nobody signing no Mayweather.
Yeah.
Oh,
They got Carmel Moulton thinking he the next Lomachenko out here.
Yeah, this dumbass. See that's Floyd. Okay, we ready to fight Lee Wood. Y'all done already heard Lee Wood say before he fought Josh Warrington, he's moving up to 130. So no, you can't fight Lee Wood. Since you're gonna be at 126, why you don't why not Robeisy Ramirez who at 126? Yeah, you niggas know better.
Yeah, they don't want that kind of smoke.
Bro, they ain't stupid. They ain't stupid enough to put him in there with a bona fide 5. That'd be suicide.
Bona fide 5. That shout out to the Trey X pedigree scale.
Yeah. All we know is we heard Javante say after the Ryan Garcia fight, quote unquote, he gonna be coming at niggas. He's not incarcerated, and we ain't heard nothing. So, shit, the streets want to know.
Well, the one thing I will give him, he did fight twice this year, and that's saying something in this climate.
Who that?
Tank Davis.
Yeah. Who we fight this year? Ryan Garcia. Was it the Garcias? Hector and Ryan?
Yep.
Okay. Fought 2 Garcias in 1 calendar year.
Yeah, I agree with this too. Like his matchmaking is not for the casuals. It's a very predictable type of diet that he being fed. And it got him like the highest the most selling pay-per-view this year. So, it's not all bad for him and the casuals that we would say, but it is what it is. And also Larry, this
also
oh go ahead.
Okay. I was just gonna say that also proved that he ain't the star they say he is, because it took Garcia for him to get them kind of numbers. Usually he hover at what, like 200,000 buys?
Shit, try like 60 and 50.
I think his most was like 200,000 without Ryan.
Yeah, the Rolly fight. The Louis Santa Cruz fight. Yeah, that was like his most without Ryan. But yeah, that it just really shows like when 2 people come together. So I feel like they helped each other out a lot. This is Napoleon Armstrong, Urge to Purge. He didn't fill up in here. I was saying that, hilarious. So this is like an invite to that Champ Ross Fantasy Prediction League. I think you could look it up on Facebook if you was interested in joining. That's what Trey X is inviting you to. You might want to check that out. Oh,
definitely want to support the Champ Ross, man. Fantasy Boxing League.
Do we think Carmel is being built up to fight Naoya in the future? What y'all got on that?
What's the question?
Do we think they're going to build Carmel up to fight Naoya Inoue in the future?
By that time, Inoue will be out of the sport. What are we talking about? We got an 18-year-old. Well, he's 17, right? Yeah, 17. We got a 17-year-old, and Inoue's in the prime of his career. This guy's 28, 29 years old. It's not like, no. I could see Robeisy Ramirez fighting Inoue in the next year or so compared to.
Well, hey,
Inoue about to become undisputed at what, 122?
Yep.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And I could see him moving up afterwards and fighting Robeisy Ramirez.
Yeah.
Hey, just because it's a Mayweather fighter, I could definitely just hear it. Well, Naoya, he's old, so he's in a rush. I'm young, I don't have to. Yeah, that bullshit all over again. Spare me.
Yep. Come on, Martin. We got time. We don't have to. We don't have to rush.
Okay, yeah. Now this fight, Shaki versus Rocky Hernandez.
Yeah, that's the fight of the weekend to me.
Yep.
I'm excited about that one. Shaki gonna go out there and do his thing.
Yeah, I feel like Shaki, he's had like one of the better performances of the year, but I just feel like because he don't have like the big name, and it's like just like kind of came and went, but I don't think that should be overshadowed, because I definitely think he's showing that he's like a top talent, and hey, now he got the world, he got the eyes on him, and it's his time to go ahead and do it again. I would expect a top performance coming from him.
Yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing what he does this Saturday. He's definitely now he's a defending champ. We're gonna see how long he can keep the title, keep the strap around his waist, and potentially set up some bigger fights for him upcoming next year.
Yeah, Larry. My fighter cousin, Zaquin Moses. Yeah, he put that nigga out the trial. So, everybody talking about Carmel, they need to be talking about the person that whipped whipped his ass. Zaquin, nigga. Oh yeah, Mayweather will threaten Carmel Moulton with an ending away fight if he. Oh, y'all remember that?
Oh yeah. Yeah, he did that shit with Tank. When Tank was trying to talk shit, he was trying to get him a fight with with the Matrix.
Yeah. And Tank counter was, yeah, I would like to fight Lomachenko on pay-per-view when that nigga was still an undercard fighter. I said, oh yeah, both these niggas slick.
Yeah, that shit was weird. If it's on pay-per-view, if it's on. I was they asking that question. It was, would you fight Lomachenko? It was on pay-per-view. That damn Lomachenko said, "What are you talking about?"
That's the incident where who was it, Jamel? He get into it with Javante and Broner at the weigh-in.
Who got into?
That. Oh, Jamel.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah, then this silly ass went and did a fucking TikTok video on it.
Wait, who did a TikTok video?
Instagram, TikTok. He did one of them live stream, one of those videos. You know how hype he be acting,
Right.
talking about it.
Oh yeah, that was probably
like,
Instagram.
Man, I was like, man, you getting all hyped about a dude who weigh 120 pounds, talking about what you gonna do to him.
He was talking about what he would do to Broner and Javante.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, so last week, this fight got canceled at the last moment. Dan Aziz was supposed to fight Joshua Buatsi. That was going to be the upset fight of the weekend, if you ask me. And the reason why is I look at it, Buwati, he had 5 fights over the last 4 years, whereas Dan Aziz, he had fought 9 times in the last 4 years. And, we all look at Buwati, he ain't been improving at all, really. Dan Aziz, he's improving like a little bit, every time he go out. I just felt like Buwati was right for the pickings. And yeah, I was looking forward to that fight, to being an upset of the weekend, but it didn't come off.
Yeah, I had a similar take on Buwati. I haven't seen no progression from him. I mean, I've been waiting, been waiting, been waiting. His name has been out there for years, but it hasn't really garnered the attention. So it's like now I hear Buwati's name is like I'm still waiting for this guy that's been touted over there. I'm still waiting for that performance that really, you know, catches my eye and say, yeah, this guy is one of them. But I have yet to see it. So
Shit, you better than me because I'm not waiting for it no more. When I know it's not coming, I threw in the towel on him. But yeah, that fight didn't happen, unfortunately. But Santillan, he the one who ended up getting the upset of the weekend. All right. So yeah, they clowning about that accent shit. Yeah. Um. Okay, yeah, Napoleon Armstrong. That he won. It's funny because he be kind of just like winging picks, and it's like this motherfucker. He be getting all types of good points and stuff. So yeah, Napoleon, he like a wild card when you put him in that Champ Ross. He gonna rack up some points. Like I remember the first time when he was like picking, he didn't even know what he was doing. He was coming in like the top 10. He didn't know how to pick like the correct UD, MD, SD. He was still he picking all types of just like fights that nobody else would like pick, and that nigga was getting them right. So yeah, that's Napoleon for y'all. Like you said, Raymond Ford is gonna fight Kalamatov for for the vacant 126 title. Yeah, I'm familiar with Raymond Ford, definitely. Um, yeah, so I think they taking a break or something. Hey, so I had to change the thumbnail for the show. I wanted to change it to something like kind of be kind of neutral. So yeah, I want to go ahead and I just did the banner. I want to put the Marvin Hagler one, but this is a fight that I like to watch kind of every once in a while. This Paul Williams versus Sergio Martinez, the first one. I just really it just like takes me back to a good time in boxing because this is a fight that they took on Sergio Martinez. He took it on less than 2 weeks' notice. Paul Williams' opponent fell out, and then Sergio Martinez, he dropped his and make him his available, and that ended up being the fight of the year. If you ask me, they really went to war. First round, they both dropped each other. That was the first time we really seen Paul Williams hurt, but just the way that both of those men responded after the knockdowns in the first, and after that, they really was like trying to like take it to each other. We didn't know much about Sergio Martinez at the time, and he made a great display of himself for the first time, having all those eyes on him. And Paul Williams, this is a fighter where we had probably never seen taken to those deep waters, but when he was in those deep waters, he rose, and he rose to the occasion. You find that higher weight class and 154, but he did his thing. So that's a fight that I just really enjoy and always bring back just good memories for me when I think about this boxing shit. So yeah, that's why I decided to choose that thumbnail. And Paul Williams is a fighter I just really like. Sergio Martinez too. So yeah, that's just the little story behind that. Like I said, who was the nephew of Coach Cunningham? You know what? You would yeah, it's not ringing a bell for me. I believe you're talking about Kevin Cunningham. Oh yeah, see, the rematch, the KO was killer. Yeah, that shocked us all. But you know what? I guess it's okay for me to live with what happened that second fight because I seen when Paul Williams, when he was getting ready to fight his comeback against Lara, he said, all he knows is like he woke up on the ground and he was like, fuck. Then he said like, all right, time to get back up and get right back to it. Got to fight this motherfucker again. And he said, look, me and Mr. Peterson, that was his trainer. He said, nigga, we win together, we lose together. So you're like, shit, just go on track, right back to the drawing board. So it's like, he just like shook off the loss like it was nothing. And that's it's just the mentality of a fighter. That's what I really liked about, just that whole series. They never got the third fight, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Oh yeah. So in between they first and second fight, y'all know that's when Sergio Martinez, he fought Kelly Pavlik, and Paul Williams, he fought that goddamn Kermit Cintron. I was at that fight, the Kermit Cintron fight that was in Carson, the one where he notorious for hopping out the goddamn ring. Yeah, it was at that fight, and yeah, that fight was most memorable for him hopping out the ring and getting carried away with a stretcher and a neck brace. So yeah, just interesting stuff all around that series, man. Eric Garcia, yeah, Paul Williams was that dude. I liked him. He fight any. Yeah, he was doing that thing where he was just staying active. 1 month he fighting at 147. 6 weeks later he fighting somebody at 160. Then he dropping down to 154 to fight Verno Phillips. Hell yeah, like Paul a lot. Oh boy, flipped the switch. Oh yeah. He definitely did. He was ready. Yeah. So that's just the backstory behind that. Peace to both them fighters. Y'all know, shit, as recent as like last year, Sergio Martinez, he fought, he had a fight like last year, I think somewhere in Argentina, and he got like a high ass ranking in one of the middleweight sanctioning bodies too. Surprisingly. Yeah. But anywho, all right, so just getting back to some of this stuff. I'm gonna pull up the schedule because we definitely got some fights on the horizon. Of course, everybody know about the main one that's gonna happen. What's that in Saudi Arabia? I'm actually looking forward to the undercard fight, and that's what's the name, Fabio Wardley. And David I'm messing up his name a lot at LA. I'm actually looking forward to that fight more than the main event because them boys, they got some serious heat between them. And it's for like the British the belt, they call it the Commonwealth heavyweight title. So it's a lot online. Plus it's just the heated tension between them two. So I'm actually looking forward to that fight a lot more. I think I got Fabio in that fight. But I think because how heated that the fight is, I think and it's so easy for Fabio just to end up in like an action-packed type fight. I feel that it could just turn into just a fight, and then when it comes to that, it's like a 50-50 type thing. So I don't know, but I think I got Fabio in that fight. I'm way more interested in that fight as opposed to the main event.
Now, do you think that Fabio's playing into that? Because that seems to be what his opponent wants to happen, get him off the square like that.
If that's the case, I do think he's playing into it. I think that yeah, just the tension there is just so so high that they just probably like really want to hurt each other. So yeah, I guess I do, and that's why I feel like in that type of situation, it could become a 50-50 thing. Yeah, yeah. They talking about Paul Williams when he fought Winky. He threw just so many goddamn punches that fight. And Winky, he was, obviously past his best, and just paired with a guy who throws so many punches per round. That was yeah, definitely a tough fight for Winky, and he was forced to shell up just most of those 12 rounds, try to counter punch here and there. But yeah, the work rate was just way too much. And yeah, y'all talk about like some people talk about like Spence's work rate. The only person I see in this modern era who got work rate like Paul Williams, uh, Omar Figueroa, yeah, he definitely comes close. But the one who actually got work rate like Paul Williams is Williams Zepeda. That boy got some serious work rate. Training out of Mexico City, high ass elevation, like 6,500 feet or something.
7,000.
Yeah,
That shit
yeah,
is.
up
That's
there.
the same. That's the same kind of altitude that our boy Matthias trains out of.
Yeah,
You know that.
yeah, he trains up there in Mexico City.
Yeah. So I mean, that's why those guys are the most formidable because you can't half-ass it training at that altitude.
And with Matthias, you know how you could tell that he being like real good shape, like even his last fight, he be taking some heavy ass shots, even the ones that he like blocked or partially blocked, they still, landing on him. And he taking those shots and he just be all calm. And then like he could turn it up in the fourth round. Yeah, he got some serious ass conditioning. But yeah, that's that goddamn Williams Zepeda, he throwing over 1,500 punches already. He beat the shit out of JoJo Diaz. Yo, that type of fight, uh, man. Even though that was like a one-sided ass whipping, I could just watch that fight multiple times because it's just non-stop action. Fuck.
I know JoJo felt like he was fighting three people in the ring.
Hell yeah, that nigga felt like he didn't got hit by like nigga three different 1969 Ford trucks. Nigga elbows hurting. Everything I had to be hurting on that boy. That beat years out of JoJo. Okay, he asking about who's the person that Shakur is fighting. Okay, so yeah, that's Edwin de los Santos, Dominican fighter, another one who has just like a real nice amateur background. He got well over 200 amateur fights. Um, talented guy who combined with skill, he's a guy who he has some pop in his shot, and what makes him stand out from I guess his other Dominican counterpart, he actually likes to kind of go for it, especially at the beginning of a fight. So I wouldn't call him a front runner though, but just he going to try to take those risks at the beginning of fights also. So that's what makes him a dangerous opponent, and I would say between Javante, yeah, between him and Javante, at least, yeah, this gonna be the best opponent that he's fought as far as just his his resume, or at least let's just say his background, his fighting ability, his boxing ability. This a hell of an opponent.
This guy De Los Santos on the ring is his house. He know how to set up. He know how to set up punches, man. Like he ain't just in there winging shit. Like he know how to. He played chess in there, man. I like this dude. Uh, like Shakur could actually have some problems in this fight because he ain't just fighting somebody who's who's just trying to run him down and he just outthinking them easily. Like he gonna be in a chess match with this guy. And I don't know if I've ever seen Shakur in a legit chess match in a real fight. So I think this might be this might be a real test for Shakur. And him being a southpaw too, and like when have we seen Shakur give like a great performance against a fellow southpaw?
Yeah, and he's a real southpaw too. The I guess the only one thing, because I've been like, you hear these goddamn dumb casual channels like H Monkey and Dale Santos about to get his ass whipped. Shakur about to make easy work of him. Just looking at like what I know, I definitely would disagree. The one thing that do scare me though is look what he did to Robson Conceição.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not expect that to happen.
To my what Shakur did to Conceição?
Yeah, like another top amateur, and how he just like ran through him.
Yeah, I was expecting more of a challenge in that fight. I was expecting to be a tougher fight for Shakur, and that was not the case. He had Conceição. He had him holding on a lot because Shakur was in the process of trying to get him out of there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Dos Santos definitely going to be a tough challenge, and he got some power, and he's definitely going to be there. It's going to be dangerous, especially early on, and Shakur going to have to be on point.
Yeah, well, Conceição, he's orthodox though. So there's that. So this guy, De Los Santos, southpaw. Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good little test. I mean, Jamel Herring, but that dude is not on he ain't on no De Los Santos level. Speaking of him, he getting ready to fight November 7th.
Could you guys see a knockout in this fight or a stoppage?
Man, I mean that's always possible, but no.
I'm gonna say because I believe that De Los Santos, like if it gets to the point to where like he can't do nothing with Shakur, I think he gonna start just going for it as far as like trying to set up like like a good ass left hand. I think he gonna start taking the risk and shit because he showed me in the past that he gonna take the risk like to try to set up score like a one punch knockout. And Eric Aryeh, so he is he's asked if he's more skilled than Robson. I'm gonna say he definitely got like way more to his offensive game, than Robson. Robson is like a repetitive, keep you at length type of puncher. He got this dude Edwin. He got more to his game.
Very dynamic puncher. Be throwing combinations too. Like he don't never just throw one punch. Like he gonna throw multiple punches at you. Shakur ain't like in a real fight. Ain't never had to deal with nobody like this dude.
It's the thing. Can he get Shakur's timing down? Because that's going to be the biggest thing. If he can get his timing and be able to time Shakur, that's going to be the telling. If Shakur could take, if he gets hit, will he be able to handle getting hit by this guy? Some really interesting questions to this fight, and I look forward to seeing it, and I can see it being a knockout.
Yeah, this dude Shakur, like we just not just banking him a win already, but like his pro career, he building up a good ass resume when you really start to dig through it. Robson Conceição, former gold
Fuck
medalist.
You mean, man? Shakur ain't fought nobody, bro. He ain't fought nobody.
Oscar Valdez, he was an Olympian from Mexico. Now he's fighting De Los Santos, he building up some resume. I give him that.
They may not be world renowned names, but nobody's lining up to fight these guys.
Yeah, because De Los Santos, that's definitely not somebody that like you go out seeking a fight. If you let's say like we had like a voluntary fight, hell nah, that's not the type of opponent you go seek out. It would be safer to fight a Frank Martin.
Word. Eric R asked if Santos is more skilled than Conceição. I believe so. I mean, I'm just not a fan of Conceição, so I might be biased.
Yeah, I admit maybe I was just I had like a lot of hope for Conceição, and I wanted him to do like a lot better than he did versus Shakur, but like he was at the point where I think it was like the 9th or 10th round, the referee had to come and tell his corner, like, I don't like the way he's defending himself, so I'm on the verge of stopping it.
I think the referee saying that might have prevented a stoppage because it seemed like after that he just was obsessively holding.
I just remember in that fight, it looked like a really good amateur fighting against a really good professional.
Mm.
But I mean, how y'all feel about the fight being on a Thursday?
I don't care when it is. I'm not one of them people. Like long as I can watch the fight, I don't really care.
I mean, it's bad from a standpoint that it's competing with the NFL and it might be competing with basketball, but I'm all for it. I mean,
I got a question for y'all. Hey, 500K or dinner with Jay-Z? No, I'm just fucking with y'all. Hey, but can y'all see like an upset? can, can
how
y'all
about
see
none of the above?
can y'all see an upset with De Los Santos and Shakur?
Yeah, from a
Yep.
boxing standpoint, I could see an upset, but I wouldn't really call it an upset.
Okay.
I wouldn't call it an upset because I think he has the skill sets that could present certain challenges that could help him win the fight. If I didn't think he had any chance at all at winning the fight, I would call it an upset.
Where?
Yep, I know. I definitely can too, and I said I could see him just being able to like to hurt Shakur, especially like early in the fight, and after that, just shit. What if Shakur can't recover? A fighter that can't recover is not as good as he is. So yeah, I definitely could.
That's all it takes is for a skilled puncher. Just takes one shot. That one shot, we have a new star in boxing.
Well, Napoleon must thank y'all on that gas because he said, like Conceição de Los Santos will be made to look pedestrian levels.
Hey, look, man, we ain't saying the man is gonna win the fight, but we also ain't acting like the man can't win the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know Napoleon. He been he didn't came from a certain channel, so they really feeling Shakur right now. We know. Shakur is the best, and can't nobody mess with him. We
You
get
said
it.
a
Miss-
certain channel.
MOB.
Oh, okay. I don't know about them.
Shakur. Yeah, but
But yeah, I mean, don't you guys in the chat and fans, don't y'all get tired of always thinking that another fighter is just going to dominate every single fight? There ain't no competition out there for them. I mean, when you look at both guys and you break down their skill sets, what they bring to the fight, Dos Santos has an opportunity to shock the world. Let's not forget this man did go to Shakur Stevenson's home and call him out. It might have been a publicity stunt, but it's good optics. I like the fact that he has that kind of confidence and he has nothing to lose.
Word.
shit, I don't take it as no publicity stunt. That nigga really went to his hood, and shit. That's what it is. And he signed on that dotted line. So shit,
The man called him out. He wanted to smoke, and we got the fight, and he feels like he can win. That's a recipe for a good fight.
Yep.
Word.
And shit, nobody take it as a publicity stunt. I would take that man serious. He put his money where his mouth is, and now we got a fight on our hands.
Oh, he definitely is running toward the smoke. That's what I appreciate about the fight. He actually want to fight Shakur.
Hey, so cause I know it wasn't like touched on that much, but y'all liked what Janabek did with Gautieri? That
Oh,
was
I didn't even see that fight. Yeah, I didn't see
okay, yeah, a
it.
couple weekends ago, ESPN.
Yeah, I still haven't got a chance to watch that fight.
Oh, okay. Well, it's like one of them fights where you got one guy that has a very unorthodox, awkward style, and then you seen Janovic. He was like, that's when you seen just that amateur background kick in, because all he had to do was fight a technical fight, and it ended up being like pretty easy for him. So yeah, that's like a perfect example of that's one way to how to handle a very unorthodox guy. Just have your fundamentals and your technique properly, and they just stick to technique.
Word.
But that was the same weekend we had. You see, there's another one nobody talked about. That was Evelyn Bermudez versus Kim Clavel.
Man, what the fuck was that fight? That's the worst robbery I've ever seen in boxing, man.
Man, Clavel done had it hard over like the last year.
Man, she beat the hell out of Bermudez. I don't know how the hell they gave Bermudez that fight, man. That was crazy.
Yo, like she was like making her miss, and then she was just like clocking her ass.
The whole fight.
Yeah, like the whole. I mean, I like Evelyn, but she didn't win that fight.
No, not at all.
And usually women's boxing, they've been pretty solid on the decisions. You don't
Oh
see.
no, man. We done seen a lot of bad ones lately. We got McCaskill and Ryan. Like, there's been some bullshit here lately.
Yeah. That was a bad one too. Sandy Ryan, like I don't even think I had McCaskill winning like one clear round in that fight. DK.
Yeah. That was some crazy shit. And I thought McCaskill was gonna do something. But she too small for 147 for real.
Well, hold on. Hey, we got to get on we gotta address the rumor mill. Y'all seen what I put in the description. We ain't doing that rumor mill shit. But hey, Eric R got some breaking news. Talking about AJ got a new trainer. What we talking about?
Ain't fucking with Derrick James no more. Smart move.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to check that out. I ain't seen that flash on my screen. You know who the resident AJ breaking news channel is. So if my what's the name ain't ping for it, I don't believe it.
Hey, well, as Mr. Joseph Heron calls him, Fag Non is one of the channels that put it out.
Not Fag Non.
Hey,
Damn.
hey, it's not just him, man. That's a name that's synonymous with a lot of YouTube channels. They go around. That seems to be his moniker, especially on YouTube.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's all bad.
I just this like one of the ones I expect to hear just like a whole bunch of gossip about it, but it's just one of the ones I definitely don't know if it's true or not, because you never know where these niggas get their sources from or how they make up their sources.
Hey, Hyphy, you know who the number one AJ source is, man. If you ain't heard it from her, it ain't true, bro.
Yeah.
Because we all know she do not like Derrick James, and she waiting for that one. Like that shit would be hotter than fish grease coming off the presses as far as that came.
Hey, well, I know who would want this news to be true. My general, he want that loser.
Hey, what'd he say? What'd he say? You got losers in the camp. You gotta get that losers. We gotta get the losers out of the gym.
Hey,
he's surrounded by losers.
Hey Joe, he said, take Ryan Garcia's sissy ass with you.
Oh man! Somehow it's AJ fault. The man ain't even got nothing to do with nothing.
Take Ryan Garcia with you. See if it's room for two wherever you go to. Hey, so I guess that's gonna be like the rumor floating around. Speaking of AJ though, we did read that. I guess now the earliest that the Joshua Waters allegedly fight could happen would be in like April. So Hearn is basically saying like he would like to see AJ stay active and get another fight in the meanwhile, which is definitely smart. But
be smart for Wilder to do the same. Like this nigga been off since last October. You don't want to go into no fight with AJ in fucking April. You ain't fought in almost a year and a half, going on 2 years.
Hey, y'all can see that video file.
Where you putting it at?
I just loaded into the little file, play a clip or whatever.
Nah, I don't see it. Oh shit. Let me see.
I just want the people to see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it now. I never seen this feature. Let me see. Oh yeah. We gotta play this. Let me
opportunity. Yeah, for opportunity. Yes. November 16, surprise Shakur Stevens. I'm the ring and your house, my house. Motherfucker. Yes. Opportunity. Yeah, for opportunity. Yes.
No, November 16, surprise Shakur Stevens. I'm the ring and your house, my house, motherfucker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about, man. You said on the ring,
On the ring in the house.
my house, motherfucker.
Motherfucker. Yo, that was the best promo of the year. Huh?
Right. That need to be part of the commercial, yeah.
Hey, it's even if he ain't saying right, he talking his shit.
For sure.
Hey, the other funny one is the Janabek one when he say y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the one where that nigga rapping, man.
What? I ain't even
Yeah,
seen that.
yeah, Jitterbeck is rapping, man. How he the most avoided fighter.
He got bars.
Hey, he was Dylan, spitting nothing but hot fire.
Hey,
Hell no.
and the other one where he like outside sitting on the bench and he said, come, I want to knock you out. He was calling out all the other middleweights. I said, oh yeah, this nigga cold. Yeah, see, it's like I guess that's the type of shit I like though. Like when these fighters like just try to promote themselves. Y'all remember what's that fighter name? Like Christian or Cristiano, like Caballero. He made a he had like a rap song going at Juanma Lopez years ago.
Nah, I ain't see that one.
Yeah, he had a rap song for Juanma Lopez. Christian Caballero, he was like this tall, he was like tall, skinny type fighter. Yeah, he was trying to fight Wama for a while and he just never got the fight. But yeah, I like when these with these foreign fighters, definitely try to promote themselves and they fight and shit. That's how you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Napoleon, yeah, he said he gotta wake up early, so yeah, he gonna catch us next time. We'll catch you on the Discord, brother. Hey, yeah, but I feel like women's boxing was, I mean, it's real hot, but I just don't like I just don't want them to start ruining it by doing these terrible decisions and shit. And we didn't see it like it was 2 weekends in a row.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that's not good. They don't save no fucking sloppy ass Jessica McCaskill.
I mean, when I think
Sloppy.
about this, when I think about decisions like that, I think about they trying to make what's the next big fight that could be made with a McCaskill or a Bermudez that they don't want them to lose this fight.
Shit, I really couldn't tell you, man. For McCaskill, unless they trying to save her for Katie Taylor or some shit.
Yeah, was she not even
Cause you
gonna
know the
get?
WBO or WBC, whatever, they denied the request for an immediate rematch between Sandy Ryan and Jessica McCaskill. So now they got to fight mandatory.
Yeah, they both got mandatories now.
Yeah.
Just a bullshit decision, man. Like I said, I like watching that fight. I really didn't find a single round to say like McCaskill clearly won.
Right.
What else have been kicking off? I've been watching Pro Box TV. They like uploading like videos to their channel now. So they had like
Yeah.
interviews with Tony Harrison and Sean Porter, Paulie.
You know, Polly always gonna be on there.
I mean, Pro Box is all we
Chris
got.
Algieri.
That's all we got as far as like what we know as far as showbox and Friday night fights and Tuesday night fights. Like that's what a showbox provides. That's the only thing we can draw from right now as far as seeing prospects and up and coming fighters that people that aren't household names but trying to make their way into into the mainstream, into the big leagues, shall I say. So I mean, and it's free.
Word.
Yeah, Eric. Well, McCaskill is she resides at 147. Alicia, she's at 130. But just in this women stuff, like it wouldn't be a surprise if you see them two fight at let's say like 140. That's stuff that I would just like you could see that happening, and it wouldn't be like a big deal. Like people want to talk about the jump up in weight class and stuff. But Alicia's scary ass. Now I want to fight Amanda Serrano. Yeah, I bet you fucking do.
And she better not get tired against Serrano.
Yeah, she got those same gas tank issues a trainer got.
Joseph would say as her boyfriend.
Might be.
Yeah, I pointed that out a while back, didn't I, Hyphy? Sorry, look real eerily similar coming down the stretch.
And I heard him recently say that like he basically like he would like to continue fighting, but he just don't want to go through another spell of inactivity, because you know what inactivity could do to a fighter.
And he know he a PBC fighter, so it's inevitable because they don't be getting them no dates.
Yeah. Hey, so do y'all like really has it like settled into y'all that because of the whole Showtime saga, technically there's like really no network or potential date for the Spence versus Terrence rematch?
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, yeah.
who's gonna be willing to pay for that?
Well,
And at this point, are those contracts voidable because there's no network? the network that drew it up is no longer going to be participating.
Right, and we know for a fact it was the network, Espinosa's behalf, definitely had something to do with getting a contract signed and all that. So that's that's a whole another thing.
Now, would you guys be mad if the fight, based on that technicality, if it weren't able to come to the fight got voided for those reasons? With fans, I already know how certain fans would deal with this situation, but I'm just saying, from you guys, how would you guys take that?
you said that the Bud Spence rematch got voided.
Yeah, based on what we know now of the network no longer being what it's going to be for as far as boxing, and they can't potentially find a network that would take the fight.
Just more bullshit in boxing, but I mean, there's a lot of people who don't want to see the fight anyway, because I think we all know how it's gonna go. I really wouldn't care. To be honest with you.
I'm gonna put it like this. Even though like Showtime is okay, like yeah, they exiting boxing. If they wanted to, they still could have said, "But we're going to secure, that pay-per-view fight." So, and it's what I've been saying for a while. I've been feeling for a while. Showtime, they really didn't want Earl to exercise that rematch because they knew this is not going to be a lucrative fight, a rematch, due to the result, how the first one played out. So I feel like, yeah, Showtime, they feel like, if this is going to avoid that fight, they happy. I feel like this is what they wanted.
I'm gonna ask this question: do you think if that fight was an epic fight and it did crazy numbers, do you think it would have been able to save Showtime?
No.
You think this was still going to be an inedible decision? It was going to happen regardless.
For sure. Because they done fucked up for too long.
I was just about to say yeah, and I changed my mind because I just remembered. Okay, besides the pay-per-views doing, let's just say if they did like exceptional numbers, it's the viewership of just like your regular, Showtime events that have declined drastically. I mean, I remember when it was a time where almost every Showtime card was getting like over 1 million views. Then we got to a point like right now where it's like not even 200,000 viewership be on these like regular Showtime. So like the viewership has decreased a lot, and that's more important than the pay-per-view. Just the ongoing viewership of it. You putting this boxing on, you giving it time slots, but then the viewership is decreasing so much compared to just other series and stuff. So yeah, I think it don't matter how well the pay-per-view could have did it, it wasn't gonna save it.
And I agree with that. I was just trying to get y'all perspective on what y'all thought about it, because I don't think either way it was going to save it. I'm one of the ones who enjoyed those showbox cards. I love seeing them fights because it wasn't a showbox card where you didn't see an upset in some form or fashion. A fight that you thought was going to go one way, it didn't go. It didn't go the way you thought it was going to go. And so showbox cards always had my attention, and it was slept on because it was one of those things you can always count on, that you were going to see some good fights, and you were going to see some guys who were touted get tested and potentially lose.
And that's the part that I'm definitely upset about, was like the showbox part. Even though I feel like over the last couple of years they didn't utilize showbox the best, but that was the one part of Showtime where it was like the politics didn't matter, because they was just about bringing upcoming talent and stuff. And yeah, I mean that's gone now. Those Friday evening showbox cards, like good ass fights, and it's like that's just gone now. Very unfortunate. So yeah, boy, it's just it's the void, man.
Yeah, and I didn't really get a chance to touch on this, but for any of these channels and fans out here celebrating the demise of Showtime, you might as well celebrate a lot of other promotional and network disbanding also, because it's not just going to be Showtime that goes up there. We may be looking at a time frame where there's no viable networks that are really going to be taking chances on boxing. And so I hope that the morons who are cheering Showtime's demise understand that ESPN, the Zone, might be not too far behind. as far as being the next ones on the chopping block. Especially the way ESPN's been making all their cuts, cutting all their staff and all the people that they have as far as the media and on the network. You see all those guys lose their jobs, you know, all those anchors, all those different shows being cut. So who's to say they look at boxing and say, nah, we don't want to do this no more.
Hey, we'll be entering a new era, new boxing era.
And all the money that you know, the zone is about to lose on this damn Regis versus Haney, you know, pay-per-view, for example. Like
Yeah, who was the genius that decided to put that fucking fight on pay-per-view? You got two guys who don't have no home base whatsoever. They're not, neither one of them are big ticket sellers. Regis can't even sell out in his own home where Eddie had him at last time. Haney don't even have a home base where he fights out of, where he can draw tickets from. It's like you put two guys who can't sell tickets and you put them on pay-per-view. Like, who was the jackass who decided to do that?
it's just not
I
gonna
mean,
be a
the
good
zone
look.
pay-per-view is just terrible anyway, because like you gotta be subscribed to that shit. Like, man, ain't nobody finna buy that shit.
Hey, yo, guaranteed terrible undercard as usual. Just a terrible idea. I said, Nick, he say, yeah, it says a lot of Showtime isn't willing to do the rematch, and I don't know any other network that would be interested unless the fighter's going to take pay cuts. Yeah, that's pretty much what we said. Yeah, the backside of losses, yeah, could spell the end talking about Earl. He said they have to figure out a way to give the fans the fights they want while they're hot. People have too many options of what to watch to expect them to wait for the fights. You're going to lose the fans. Yeah.
I mean, that may not be true in other places in the world, but in America, it definitely is.
Yeah, and that's one of the problems I got just with this whole, you know, once every 6 months or, you know, twice a year. You see, the thing is, like, when you have a fighter like Jaron, for example, you know, like what he did to, you know, Roman Villa, you know, you should have had him like back in the ring, you know, 4 months, you know, after that, you know, build upon a good ass performance like that. Don't let this boy sit until, you know, just for example, shit, we might not see him till like February, or example, like that's just too much time to go by. The fans will forget.
I mean, yeah, you got a talented guy. You got to strike while the iron's hot. He's still resonating in people's minds, and he's always being thrown out there with the lines of Spence and Crawford. So even putting him in the fight on the Benavidez card as a co-main, that on a pay-per-view, that's the way you build him up. He has to be on the next pay-per-view.
Build it up.
Hell
And
yeah.
if I'm Ennis and I'm Bozy, I'm trying to get on that Benavidez card.
I had to give y'all my Marlo impression, my man.
Yeah, you know what? You know, and that's a good point. I would just go ahead and take that. Like, if I gotta be reduced to you know, undercard slots, you know, co-mains, that's what it is. Another one, you know, David Morrell. Okay, he had the win last November, and then they put him on the Gervonta co-main with the first round knockout. You know, that was good and all, but now you look up and you say, okay, all this time has went by. You know, you ain't seen David Morrell, you ain't hearing nothing about him right now. That's
exactly. Yeah, you got to put him on a card. He's another one. If you want to fight Benavidez, put him on the same card as Benavidez. That way, he's on that same card, and you could build up the next fight right on that card.
Yeah. Boy, I don't understand it. Whereas we got Top Rank, we see what they doing. They got Navarrete fighting on the Shakura's undercard. You know, definitely, obviously, that's going to be the next fight. Perfect.
And not to mention when they had Robeisy Ramirez fighting in Japan on a New Ways card. He got him familiar with the Japanese audience over there. So you could pair those two up later on down the line.
Yeah. Just not good at all. To just not to see these fighters so much time going by, and then like whatever little buzz you did have, it's forgotten about. And it's messed up. Like you could have came off a real good performance, like David Morrell, that first round knockout. People forgot about it by now.
Yeah, man. It's about matchmaking and taking advantage of the opportunity when it presents itself.
Speaking of opportunities, your boy Luis Ortiz, he out there knocking again. He said he been staying in the gym, staying in shape. He trying to get a fight.
Fight Frank Sanchez. That's the only guy I can see him getting a fight with. Nobody with a name is going to step in the ring with him.
Man. And then he said the same thing. He said like the guys that do call him and basically hit his phone for a fight, they offer him something dumb like 100,000. And I'm like, shit. I guess that's part of the game,
I mean, at this point, man, what did he think he was going to get? I mean, you're coming off a loss to Ruiz. I mean, you're already past your prime and you're already over 40 years old. So it's not going to get any better from this point on.
But you know what? I do gotta give him props because this is the first time I heard. Well, it was the trainer speaking, but they said, okay, Luis, he knows that because he's 44, he can't do some of the things that he used to, but he's still in the gym and staying active. That's like the first time we didn't heard a fighter or his team admit that the fighter is past their prime. Fighters have a hard time doing that.
I mean, he's made good money. Hope he's invested wisely, taking care of his family. I understand he has a daughter with special needs, and that might be what's keeping him fighting at this time. But as far as him being a legit contender and having a shot to win a title, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, because I just don't see it coming around again, unless he got just happened to get picked as like a voluntary or something. But and of course now people will say the two old men, Zhang versus Luis Ortiz. That would be a fight that people would float around, and I guess it's a possibility see the two old men go against each other.
Or if he tries to clamor for a fight with Jared Anderson, I don't even know ESPN would be willing to even throw him in there with a Jared Anderson. But I mean, Jared Anderson did take on a game.
Charles Martin,
yeah. So I mean, that'd be another good heavyweight for him to get in. He's a southpaw. He's skilled. He's older. You'll have to definitely be careful with Ortiz because Ortiz definitely hit him and hurt him.
Man, I think that could get nasty for Ortiz right now. Been out of the ring for what were we gonna say about like 15 months? Uh, and for me, it's just his punch resistance. Like you can hit him on the side of the head, and this dude
Hmm.
his legs just collapse. Like
Oh
he
yeah.
literally gone.
I mean, what do you expect? The man got hit by one of the hardest punches in heavyweight history. I mean, got fucking
Multiple
look like, dude. The last knockout was. I thought he was fucking dead.
times. Yeah, that's based on that. That's what make me don't want to see Ortiz fight anymore. It's like how he could just fall, so easily and be losing his balance. But shit, if you put that aside, um, I think he might have won like 7 rounds uh against Andy Ruiz. If you put that aside.
I mean, that's a fight that was there for him. If he kept getting taking knockdowns. If it wasn't for the knockdowns, I probably would have gave him the fight.
Yeah. That's how Bill Haney. Yeah, the goddamn Bill, man. I was just telling Nick earlier. That's just one name. I just don't even like reading his name. It just irritates me. Like I just don't like Bill Haney, man.
Hey, we don't mention busters over here.
That nigga, I just don't like Bill
Bill
Haney.
Haney the most ramblingest nigga, man. Like I cannot
Bruh.
like,
Hey,
bruh.
hey, Hyphy, ain't he the Bay Area's finest?
Yeah, there's legendary pimp, drug dealer. He run all of Deep East Oakland and everything else.
Yeah, he repping East Oakland. His son got a tattoo of Oakland on him. That shit weird, man.
Oh, hey, I gotta bring it up. I clicked on Malachi's stream earlier today, and he was saying, he was doing the whole comparison. Javante Davis get a tattoo, Devin Haney get a tattoo. Javante catch a case, Devin Haney catch a case. I said,
Hey,
yo,
hey,
we ain't the only ones that notice it.
he biting though. Southpaw done already put that together months ago.
Uh-huh. I said, man, other niggas is seeing it. That's funny. It's just funny hearing it though, because it's hella true. You feel me?
Yeah. Now he iced out, got Bugattis, Ferraris, and Lambos. And before he was just a quiet kid, humble.
Yeah. I heard that. Yeah, they now they like training with Freddie Roach. I'm like, nigga, that's Bill. I see what he doing. He just like he's trying to do this thing where he like get his son like a little bit of time under every, I guess, renowned trainer. And I probably don't think that's like a good idea, but like that's their thing.
It's not good because unless he's really smart, how is he going to retain everything that he's learning in a short span with just working with that trainer a few times? He's not going to be able to retain that and utilize it effectively. We all know that shit is just for optics. Anybody knows if you working with a trainer, it takes a couple of fights in order for you and that trainer to have some level of continuity. It don't happen with just a few training sessions, and then all of a sudden you just master some shit.
Yeah, they didn't being like Floyd Mayweather. They didn't bounced around. They was working Zab Judah's dad, Yoel, for a little bit. Now, Freddie Roach. I don't understand this method. And why the hell would you go to Freddie Roach? I mean, your son is a defensive minded type fighter. Like, why would you try to take
bro.
him to Freddie Welch?
That's the wrong dude to be trying to take him to, and you fighting a dude like Prograis.
Yeah. By the way, y'all, this Prograis, he has a interview he done on a channel called Cigar Talk. And he, is basically giving like some backstory of his background, how we got into boxing, stuff like that. It's just like a good interview. I think everybody would like that. I'm gonna go ahead and drop that in the Discord. Because I ended up watching that one right after I watched the Shakur Stevenson interview. Myself, it was both good interviews actually. But yeah, I think people would like to hear the Regis one because just give you like some backstory of him in the boxing and really just open up as far as like his personality, and I think people will like to. That's them some good ass interviews. People will like them. Yeah, Mickey Bay was working as an assistant trainer, but I don't even know if he's still working with Devin right now. That could have been like a one and done situation also.
I still say, man, Floyd Senior was one of the best trainers for Devin Haney because at least his defense was a lot more on point.
Yeah, and he was getting accustomed to that type of training, but shit, Bill, he pulled that move where he wanted to have a shine, and yeah, the personalities just wasn't gonna work out. If I think it was Mason Menard, but if y'all go watch Devin Haney versus Mason Menard, goddamn Bill Haney, he just basically like raced to beat Floyd Mayweather from hopping in the ring and coaching Devin, and you could just see the disappointment on Floyd's face, and from there, yeah, you knew that it was over because you want to be, you want to shine as the head coach.
Yeah.
What is Floyd? People like Floyd, they ain't about to be no fucking second to nobody as far as the coach when they think they're the best coach in history.
Not only that, but they definitely got the. I mean, his son speak for himself. he the reason why his son is recognized as one of the greatest fighters of all time. So if you're trying to upstage that guy, you can't really expect. I can't really look at you and expect anything, good to come from you doing that.
Yeah, it just just not cool. But I say, yeah, that's their thing. They think it's better just to go and get a little bit of piece of everything. Some people would say jack of all trades and master of none.
That's what it definitely sounds like to me. It's like, what's the point of learning all and not mastering none?
Yeah, so this thing, because see, like, I haven't heard no news. All we know is just like, yeah, they've been speaking. PBC and spoke with DAZN and Amazon, but I don't know if like any of them officially said no or not. Like, them is just rumors, but the people who are here like saying, oh, Amazon turned them down or DAZN turned them down, them motherfuckers is Crawford fans. So they don't like Showtime, so, or a PBC at least. So yeah, they haters. So I can't believe that. But them is the two networks that we hearing about right now.
I mean, right now PBC is operating at a position of weakness. I mean, you strike these type of deals when business is going well. Now you're in a position where you have no leverage. Everybody knows, the position that you're in, and you're at the mercy of whatever deal that they present to you. unless you're willing to put your own money up and try to funnel your own shit, which I don't see them doing because that's just not how they've ever operated. They've always operated on other people's money. So
Yeah, plus that the money they got from the Waddell and Reed, that money going anyways. Um, but yeah, this is a vulnerable time for them to be trying to shop a deal when it's apparent that they're weak. If you was to do the research on these boys, you'll see okay, they didn't burn like 11 networks in the past. So yeah, it's just a bad time to be trying to shop for a network. And it's crunch time because you got about 2 months before the year kickoff, and it's already crunch time because you don't have many like your schedule, your upcoming schedule is like pretty empty. So for us, that means I mean, I have two fighters that come to mind, Jaron, David Morrell. We don't know if they're gonna get dates or not, but us looking at the future, like if they don't get something locked in right now, it ain't no telling when we gonna see them boys fight again.
and that's the thing. You got some talented guys that we don't know if we're going to see them fight at all next year. There's a lot of things in question. There's a lot of things in jeopardy as far as the landscape. Even the fights that we thought we might see next year, we don't know if we're going to get just based upon what has happened.
Yeah, that's where it get bad because Frank Martin, for example, I think it's safe to say we're not going to see him for the rest of the year. It's like period. Now Javon said he's a hot commodity, so yeah, network would definitely be one to pay to see him, even if that meant just doing a one-off with him for a pay-per-view. Network they would definitely want to kick off their partnership with a pay-per-view of him in it. Yeah, he's safe, but some of these other guys,
Whatever you're doing right now is kind of making you muffled.
All right, what about now?
Yeah, you.
Okay, I was saying, yeah, but basically, I'm just saying it's a whole bunch of fighters that it's uncertain about when the next time we gonna see them fight, hear about them fighting or anything locked in. Like Caleb Plant, don't expect to see this motherfucker fight this year. What's the name? Stephen Fulton, even though he took that loss. It's like, damn, how long? Like, is this gonna be the same shit that goes on where like a PBC fighter, it take them like well over a year just to have that comeback fight because we're not gonna see him fight again.
Well,
Shit,
Gary Russell, Gary
yeah,
Antoine Russell. I
yeah,
mean, we don't. I mean, we could just keep naming them, bro. I mean, we're playing limbo here. We don't know what's going to happen to a lot of these fighters and a lot of these fights that we were talking about. We don't know if they're going to get made.
damn. I was just thinking, oh yeah, Sebastian Fundora.
Who are they lining him up to fight next?
Oh no, that's the thing. He don't got nothing, but he's another one that needs to come back. Yeah, he another one that he needs to come back too. But
I was hearing him in Navarrete.
no, so Sebastian Fundora, it's 154.
Oh, okay. I was thinking about the other. Okay. Yeah, Sebastian Fundora. We don't know about him. Lubin, who just fought. What happens with him?
Oh yeah. He gonna play the role where he won a title shot, but like I said, it's about whether or not he gonna get one. I mean, like if I were, pulled out just the the rankings and stuff, and I really start looking at, you really start seeing a whole bunch of fighters, and it's like, damn, question mark. You don't know the next time he gonna fight, so yeah,
Yep.
you might as well mark it as a year or close to a year and shit that he gonna be out. Because I mean, like we were just talking about earlier, I don't believe that you're gonna see Kerber versus Valenzuela, Danny Garcia versus Lara, and
Bro, I'm not
versus.
I'm not banking on any of those fights.
I mean, you could bank. All right, me. I don't. Lara versus Danny Garcia. At this point, we're like Showtime closing up shop. I don't think they want to do that shit. I think that's a no. But even if it was like, okay, we'll do that fight. Them niggas like Danny Garcia. That's not no undercard fighter.
Mm-mm. That dude used to headline it.
Yeah, so that ain't gonna happen. Yeah, the bigger the payday, the longer they on the shelf. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, a fighter might get paid cool, but then, yeah, he might, he sit for like 13 months. I mean, shit, Andy Ruiz, for example. Wilder.
I mean, yeah, who are they gonna fight and when?
Shit. Hey, to me, Wilder, yeah, he in a fucked up position if I start thinking about it. Cause you really don't got nobody else over there on PBC to fight. I mean, you can't fight Adam Kalnacki because that nigga's like pretty much done.
Well,
He might not
shit,
even be with him more.
Hellenius done destroyed that, and then you destroyed Hellenius. So
Yeah,
I mean, there are no real PBC heavyweights over there except for Frank Sanchez. And who coming out to see that? Nobody.
right. Yeah, you got that. It's like that's pretty much like your only option. But hell yeah, I can only just imagine the type of letdown because Wilder.
Man, how y'all overlooking the legendary Gerald Washington?
Oh, damn.
You already knocked him out. You already done slept him.
Hey, who did I
Like,
recently see Gerald Washington against? He it looked bad and then he got slept again.
yeah, it was on that AJ undercard with Hellenius, but wasn't it? Oh no, it wasn't on that.
Somebody got they like beats too loud. I don't want to get this nigga, well, we can't afford to lose the monetization.
Hell no.
But yeah, I remember seeing him like in some type of fight, and he was like he got like nose busted, bloodied, and you're just getting beat up. Yeah, he got stopped.
Yeah, who was he out against last time?
Yeah, I just remember his nose got
This
bloody
book
like
worth a
first game.
damn.
Well,
Cause
while we on,
AJ was talking shit.
was it yeah, AJ, yeah, it was that undercard.
Cause remember, it was against Chisora. Yeah,
I was about to say, like, why are you making me want to say like Chisora?
yeah. Motherfucker
And,
got beat by Chisora.
and now that's another nigga. He didn't got that win, so let him tell I'm coming into my peak.
Too much Chisora.
Yeah, he ain't gonna retire
Yeah.
no time soon.
Man, he already starting to talk crazy. Slurring a little bit. He need to chill.
Man, You know, he the type like if Zhang needed an opponent, he'll go fight Zhang in China.
Hey, that's why they call it war.
He'll fight Zhang. He'll fight Hergovich. Oh, yeah, Derek Bell. Yeah, he done fell into this bitch late.
Yeah, cause Malik Scott had said that Wilder would beat AJ, and they was like, "Well, what do you think about that?" He's like, "Well, he said Gerald Washington was gonna beat Chisora too, so can't really listen to him."
Yeah.
Cause you know he trained Gerald Washington too.
Yeah. Yup. That let me pull up this card again because it's like 4 heavyweight matchups on this ESPN card taking place this weekend.
Mm.
And that one heavyweight Makhmedov, I do not like him. Let me pull up this card again. Okay, Carl. Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about this one. Now, hey, see, look, this is like a good fight. Carlos Takam versus Martin Bakole.
Which card is it? Martin Bakole.
The Fury and Ngannou fight.
Oh, okay.
See, that's a good fight because that's like, you know, 2 guys at the same level.
Yeah.
You know, they both whipped on Tony Yoka. So see that's a good fight though. Yeah, I could rock with that. I don't think I'm not watching that Joseph Parker fight.
Oh, we got a new person on the panel, Heike?
I think he just probably like switch.
I had to step away for the moment.
Nah, yeah, you good. I was just kind of like running down this some people call it like a super heavyweight card. But I saying, yeah, Carlos Takam versus Martin Bakole, the 2 niggas that smashed Tony Yoka, you know, they squaring off against each other. And yeah, Joseph Parker, he turned into a fight. Like, that's one of them niggas I just turn off.
Yeah, he's on the back 9, I would like to say.
Shit, I've been doing that like a lot lately too. I had to turn off when Jack Catterall versus Jorge Linares. I turned that shit off.
Yeah, man. Like, come on. We know what the outcome's gonna be.
Hey, I definitely turned off that fucking Richardson Hitchinson fight. That nigga gave like the worst fucking winning performance ever. That was terrible.
Bro had the nerve to get on Twitter talking about Prograis ain't fought nobody and all this type of shit.
The
Man,
hell?
enjoy. Yeah.
That had to be the most crackheaded comment I've heard in a long time in boxing. This man was a part of the Super Six.
Right. Yeah.
The hell have you done in boxing to say this man ain't fought nobody?
Exactly.
Well, I tell you what, he the same person, he might have topped his own comment with something even worse. This dumb nigga said him versus Devin Haney has to happen. Now, who the fuck would want to see that fight? Richardson Hitchens versus Devin Haney. Who would really watch that fight?
It's just pure
Nobody.
boxer versus pure boxer.
Man,
I mean, if you wanna take a good nap, yeah, you'll watch it.
yeah.
When
I
you're
probably yeah. Go ahead.
you good.
I probably rather watch like Klitschko versus like John Ruiz. At least I might see a knockout. Shit.
Or how about John Ruiz in Evander Holyfield?
Uh,
Talk about talk about two of the most horrible fights to ever watch. John Ruiz versus Evander Holyfield. Some terrible fight.
man. Yeah, that's I would never want to see fucking Richardson Hitchens versus Devin Haney. Then yeah. So the Joseph Parker, yeah, that's as niggas said, that's a smoke break fight. That's if you got to run to the store. Yeah, that's a smoke break fight.
That's the halftime. You go to the liquor store, go get you go get you a case.
You go outside and start. Don't even got grass, but you start cut grass and shit. Hey, do y'all remember this fighter from like junior middleweight from like the 2011 era and shit named Carlos Molina? He was a junior middleweight.
Nah, I'm not a historical nigga like that when it comes to boxing.
And it's fine, but it basically it's like he like a Mexican junior middleweight. This nigga was known like all his fights was just hard to watch. Like very, very just like tough to watch. But yeah, that's what unfortunately, niggas like Richardson Hits is gonna be.
He said he know he gotta be more exciting, so maybe, maybe he gonna come with it next time.
Yeah, even I turned that fight off and I just like watched the rest of it later. But even Cecilia Brækhus versus what's his name? Terry Harper. Like that
Terry
that,
Harper.
that was kind of hard to watch too. I guess I just watched it because the belts was on the line, but that was a hard watch.
I didn't mind that fight so much. Cecilia Brækhus surprised me a lot in that fight. I thought she was gonna just come in there performing like an old woman, but I expected Terry Harper to just be too fleet of foot, too quick for her, but either, Terry Harper ain't what they think she is, or Cecilia Brækhus kind of caught a second win. I think it's a little bit of both, honestly.
And y'all say what's up to Almond Brown too.
Peace to
Salute,
Almond Brown.
salute, Almond Brown.
Yeah, I feel
Well, shit, what up, Derek Bailey too? Hey,
oh yeah, he out there too. I feel Terry Harper like okay, it was like she could have won that fight like just off that just off the youth and athletic edge alone, but it's like she just didn't know how to do it. Combined with the fact that Cecilia did come and she definitely put like the effort forward. So to me, like I guess I'm gonna say Terry dropped the ball because to me that's like a fight she should have won though.
see, Cecilia was putting that educated pressure on her though, man. She usually
Yeah,
just kind of hop around on you, but it's like she didn't know how to get away from Cecilia. So shout out to Cecilia, man. To be what 40, however old she is,
yeah.
42, and come
And,
in there and make that girl look like that.
and I don't mean it like she should have got the decision. I mean it's like she had like every like
I
she
know what you
should have.
mean.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you get me
She
there.
had all the tools to win the fight, but
Yeah,
didn't use.
yeah.
So with that win, does that make her the oldest women's champion in history?
But she didn't get the win.
Or
Yeah, it was a draw.
would have made her the oldest women's champion in history?
So I don't know.
Uh,
Good question.
shit, I can't think of no others, but I can't just say yeah either.
Well, they're gonna have to run that back for sure. It's a draw. I didn't get to see the fight.
Now that's where me and Kane probably different. I don't want to see no rematch of that unless like
Yeah, I would like to see it again. To be honest with you, yeah, a lot of people were saying that they didn't want to, but I actually enjoyed the fight. So
at this point, like with Terry Harper fighting like that, I feel Chantel could go up there and just whip her and take her.
oh yeah,
Yeah, even at 154, like that might be the option. But after that, I would say, all right, if you whip her, just go back down because now I feel like, you get into the point where it's like the other girls at 60, they just too big for you.
man, Chantel different. I would like to see Chantel fight Clarissa Shields. To be honest with you, at
Really?
154. Yeah,
Mm. I think I would pick Chantel to whip on Natasha.
Natasha Jonas.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be mad at that fight.
Man,
I
fuck it.
mean, I really don't got nobody beating Chantel Cameron. That's why I say I would
Hey,
just want to see her
hey,
fight shit.
hey, I'm right there with you. Right now, it's her time. Like Whispers told Bumpy, "It's your time, Bumpy."
Yep.
Cause
That's how I came to that conclusion. Cause like I was just trying to think of who I could pair Cameron with, who would like really give her a challenge, who I would pick to possibly upset her. And I can't come up with nobody. So I would just rather see her fight Shields, man. Shields done got down to 154. She could go up to 154.
Ooh,
Shields
that'd
ain't
be
no
a
big
hell.
puncher.
That'd be a hell of a fight, man. But I think Cameron might be able to break her down, man.
I think she got action, as Trey X was saying.
Yeah, man. That's gonna be a motherfucker right there.
Yep. Cause Chantel Cameron, she don't never forget about the body.
and I like her jab.
Yep.
I got her
Very educated person.
Katie
And see
Taylor.
that and see that's one aspect of her game that even if Shields is able to somewhat neutralize it, you still gotta deal with her inside. Her inside game is still one of the best in boxing on the women's side.
Yeah.
Hey, this nigga Caleb Plant is a bitch.
What happened now?
This bitch ass nigga always calling out Jamal. Dumbass nigga calling out Jamal Charlo. And he could be trying to fight David Morrell.
Yeah, I mean, he thinks that's a payday. That's why, based upon the slap, he think that's a fight that could get market. But at the end of the day, who is he going to fight? Like you said before, I mean, when is a fight going to happen with him?
Right. Nigga, you calling out somebody that's one, he not even in your same weight division. Two, this nigga already got a fight lined up. Three, you already know he gotta come back and get that rust off, just like your bitch ass had to come back and fight Andre Durrell after a year, it took you a year to come back after that Canelo loss. And then you have to come back and fight what's the name? Darrell. Then, David Morrell, he don't even got a fight lined up. That nigga actually got he got more of a title than you. Yeah, it might be a secondary belt, but apparently you don't got no problem with secondary belts because you fought David Benavidez for a secondary belt. So don't talk no shit now.
Sure did. That was a secondary belt.
Yeah, nigga, David Morrell don't got no opponent. He ready to fight, but you want to call out Jamar Charlo? You a scary ass white boy.
They call everybody's name but David Morrell.
Yeah, bitch ass nigga keep trying to fight somebody that's a whole weight division lower than him.
I mean, hell, you already won outside the ring. What the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap.
Yeah, I'm not giving that nigga no fucking special privilege just because he a white boy, nigga. You better get up here and fight these niggas or we about to go after your ass too. Bitch. And that nigga not no fucking ticket seller.
Yeah, Shields got Morrell exactly where we want to see him. This nigga is destroying everything in front of him. But he got to get in the ring, man. He's young. He's got to keep active.
Eric R. He's saying Caleb Plant is a MZ guy. That's Caleb Plant is MZ fighter. Shit, if so, he rolling with a bitch ass nigga. Then that nigga need to tell his fighter stop acting like a bitch.
Eric, why you throw MZ into this?
Yeah,
MZ ain't got nothing to do with this. You had to throw him in there.
just cause the MZ show, like I ain't gonna call this fighter out. That nigga rolling with a bitch ass nigga. I'm trying to fight Jamal Charlo. And I can at least see if he said like
Hey, he tried to fight a dude with mental illness. That's what you're trying to say. Yeah. Who's got crackish? He got crackish tendencies. You try to fight that dude?
Yeah, what Malachi call him? Double wide trailer owning ass nigga. the 8 Mile bull. Yeah, Caleb Plant a bitch though. That's why I'm not fucking with him ever again. That's why he gonna be another one that don't got no fight lined up. He ain't gonna fight for a long time. Hey, he deserved to sit on the shelf too. You got to fight right there in your hands, and you don't even want to acknowledge the nigga. But he said, Plant slap on Canelo gave him a permanent honorary black card. Nah, because he nah.
That ain't got nothing to do with a black card.
Man,
Mexican.
He slapped Canelo, that's Mexican, and then he slapped Jamal, a nigga who going through all type of mental issues. Tell that nigga slap Morrell then. He could slap Morrell and get paid for it. All he got to do is say the word.
Shit, I'm picking Morrell in 5.
Yeah, Morrell gonna knock his dumb ass out too. And then in that nigga career, ain't no fucking, you ain't getting no more paydays after Morrell beat your ass. So like Malachi said, go back to your double wide trailer in Tennessee.
Ain't he a full-time Vegas resident now? He's a full-time Vegas resident.
Yeah, that nigga only getting passes because he married to that woman. But yeah, that's another fighter. I'm not never fucking with that nigga. But he say that's that's in how my guy MC lost his card. Nah, that nigga ain't never had no card. Don't know how his skills were. Hey, that nigga never had no card. Yeah, I seen the All Access when he was about to fight David Benavidez. Oh, he called the Mexicans. Oh, come to the the spot where they bring the lowriders out at the spot. Okay, yeah, he got a black wife and all that, man. All that shit don't mean nothing. That nigga a bitch.
So yeah, that was just for optics, man. You don't really look. He really about that, and that's what he really into. Because if that's the case, you'd be showcasing your shit. He was showcasing some other dude stuff.
Yeah. Then this nigga, yeah. I say you probably living off that slap. Nigga, you slapped the inactive fighter. Nigga shouldn't even been at the fight. But that's all right, cause David Morrell ain't going nowhere, so we gonna stay on his ass. And shit, soon he gonna even right now he needs to be trying to get that fight. If they get a network deal, they gonna want some good ass fights, and that needs to be it. Nigga, you don't gotta fight. He don't gotta fight. You talking about you want to get back? He want to fight Benavidez and Canelo again. Nigga, that's the fastest way to get them fights again. Go knock off the person that nobody want to fight. Nigga, nobody want to see you fight no fucking Andre Dirrells again. Ain't no more, Caleb Truaxes and them type of fighters. Nobody want to see you fight them type of fighters. Yeah, called himself Sweet Hands. But when it come to David Morrell, he got no.
Yeah, if he wants to get back to the top, man, he's definitely got to fight some. He's got to go the harder way now.
Come to Minnesota. I mean, Caleb Plant is not like you a ticket seller anyway, so come to Minnesota. We got a venue for you.
Trust me, I would love for that fight to be made here in the Armory. I would buy that fight the moment it got announced on Ticketmaster. I would be right there in attendance.
Yeah, come to Minnesota because nigga Caleb Plant, you is not no type of ticket seller. You ain't never had no fucking Showtime card in Tennessee, so nigga, you don't got no type of hometown support. Nigga, come to Minnesota.
And he went to Arizona to fight Benavidez in his backyard. So yeah, man, I definitely would pay to see that. I would pay to see him get his ass fucking whooped.
Yeah. That's the only fight at 168 that needs to be getting made now. Ducking ass nigga.
That's another thing. I don't even know when the next fight at the Armory is gonna happen now. It's a lot of stuff that jumped off with Showtime going under. One of the highlights of me being a boxer fan is I used to get fights in my city at least twice a year, guaranteed. Now that's up in the air.
Yeah, that's when you bring like one of them like cards where it's like you're gonna pay the fighter like an affordable purse, like to get them, like a budget type of event.
Yeah, Got to see good fights. Got to see Lubin. Got to see Fundora. Got to see David Morrell. Got to see um,
Lara.
got to see Laura. Got to see what's the other guy, man? Got to see Matthias. Got to see a lot of good fighters come through the armory. Now, who knows?
Yeah, that would be. Oh, that would also be cool for like the lower weights. Like like people you don't gotta pay as much.
Hmm.
Then yeah. Now I'm thinking about if because the PBC schedule they schedule in general is pretty empty for the rest of this year, so it's like nothing shaking really.
And normally, like around this time is when another fight comes through. And it's like, don't know, man.
Yeah, like that cool like November fight or some around then. Shit, but you're not gonna have
Shit, even Tim Zoo came out here and fought. So I mean, a lot of these fighters that we talk about, they've come to this venue in Minneapolis, small venue, but turns out a really good crowd and a lot of good fights happen. A lot of good action fights happen. And that was the first time I seen Fundora, and I couldn't believe it when he hit the scales. It was like 154. Dude was the same fucking height as me. It's like there's no way in hell I'd be able to weigh it at 154.
hey, you remember when that nigga was going around, he was saying for the right fight he could make 147.
Yeah, that's insane, man.
Yeah, that's why he was constantly being leaked to Earl. Cause he was saying for the right fight he could do it. But as like I guess I kind of seen it coming, but like his sister became champion before, he did.
Well, I always didn't like his style. When I first seen it, I couldn't understand a guy that tall fighting the way he was fighting because he's just giving away so many of his advantages, natural advantages that he has, which is his height, his reach. I do like the fact for a tall guy to be able to fight inside. I think that's a very good skill set for a fighter to have, a tall guy to have. That's what I appreciated in a fighter like Riddick Bowe being able to fight on the inside the way he did. And that's what made him dangerous. He could also fight on the outside. He could also fight on the in. He could mix it up on the inside, and he could be defensively responsible on the inside. And when he fought taller guys, that's the advantage he had, where he could get on the inside and catch him with shots on the inside that would hurt him.
Man, I remember that nigga used to have a fucking bowl cut.
Who Riddick?
Of Fundora.
Oh, Fundora.
Yeah,
Yeah, this dude. This shit was funny, hype, because the man came on the weight scale and he had this big fucking sombrero on. Not this dude weighing in with a fucking big sombrero. He's already 6'5", 154 pounds. And he got this big fucking sombrero on his head.
Hella goofy. Like a fucking that ain't like a walk like a human tree. Human tree without the leaves, just walking and shit.
Yeah, man, it's sad. It's a sad state in boxing, man. Like ESPN don't come out here. They don't host any shows in my neck of the woods. Like the Zone don't come out here. It's Showtime, so that's why I'm a little bit somber in talking about it because it's like you're used to something and now it's gone.
Yeah, ESPN, they like got something good, and they be going in on like where these like native casinos is, but they get in like the casinos that's paying top dollar because whenever you be seeing them fighting like Tulsa, like like place Oklahoma and shit. That's where they fighting at. They fighting at these casinos that's paying it's basically like buying the rights. So they didn't already like bought the whole fight. That's why you see ESPN at them spots. But if Minnesota, I mean, shit, if like one of the casino, the native casinos wants to like throw some money, then it could be a possibility for ESPN.
I mean, the only spot that I can think of is Mystic Lake, but I don't think that venue's big enough to be worth the while. I know they do some MMA fights there, but I don't think those MMA fights are doing that well. And they got the spot in Hickory. Nobody's gonna drive out there to see a fucking fight.
Yeah, it gotta be where, like close to like the main metro area and shit as well. Hey Tim Zoo, that nigga, he was saying like,
Those spots, like, not to cut you off, but that spot out there, that's where Marlon So Icy Sims, he was fighting in place like Hickory. That's why he wasn't really getting no name recognition.
Okay, that's where he was coming out of.
Yeah, he was fighting in those type of places. He would get on the Boxing Voice and be talking, well, yeah, my fight is gonna be here in Hickory. Dude, nobody's driving out there.
And remember, we was I think we was watching it together, and that nigga got his ass beat in his last fight.
Yeah, man, that was fucking horrible. He got knocked out by a guy who only had
like
one KO.
One
KO on his record, and this guy has all his fights are decisions. One KO. That's the guy you lost. You got knocked out by.
I was like, this nigga weak. Like how he even like got like hurt and like went down. I said, yeah, this nigga, he don't even like, you tell he don't even like train for boxing. That nigga probably like train CrossFit or something. That nigga was weak.
Well, he's working a full-time job, and I used to see him because there's a Title boxing gym right in Maple Grove, which is like 15 minutes from where I live. And I used to see him do like little Instagram posts that he's gonna be at Title, he's gonna be working out and training and stuff like that. So I'm like, these two don't really have no real like professional type schedule as a fighter, and you can only do that for so long. As you get older, that shit, it's not gonna work, bro. You can't continuously do that, not have a professional camp team training regimen, you know what I'm saying, where this is what you do constantly. Like, you can't have a full-time job in box. Like, that's never gonna work.
Yeah, or you gotta be managed the right way. Cause see, I think it gotta be managed the right way. Cause like I hear about shit like Hagler, like he didn't start working until like he won a title, or like Joe Smith, Glenn Johnson, like we heard them niggas are still out there, working a full-time construction jobs and shit. I think if it's possible, it's just like hella hard, and it's probably not like ideal.
Bro, the odds are greatly stacked against you. Like, that's not a winning formula right there.
Yeah, because like when I be listening to these boxers, like when they be, you know, just like talking about like on All Access and stuff, you know, them niggas, they probably waking up, going running at like 5 a.m. or, you know, they might do a workout. Then it's like after a workout, they go, you know, probably hit the run. And it's like, you know, they go back home just to like rest until you know, it's time for them like to go back to the gym. So yeah, that rest is important too.
Bro, boxing is a full-time. It's a full-time job. You have, yeah, there's a saying that you have to have a fighter's lifestyle. That's a real thing. You have to live, eat, breathe like a fighter. Like there's no shortcuts to it.
Yeah.
Like you're on a strict schedule, and you have to honor that schedule. You have to be very disciplined in order for it to be successful. I mean, you train, there's certain training you got to do for a certain set of hours, and then you rest up, and then you come back a couple hours later and you train some more. Like it's nonstop, it's constant.
Yeah, I wish I did like. I mean, it's like, but even that schedule is hectic. So I'm over here probably lying because they schedule is hectic. But yeah, like some people, if like, you know, people think, okay, yeah, you don't work out, now you go, nah, nigga, like them niggas like actually got to take time out just to rest up because you know them niggas doing like 3 a days. Like it's typical.
Yeah, I mean, you got to constantly be around your fighting weight. If you really want to be at the top of the game as far as your conditioning, you have to be around your fighting weight. 10 to 15 pounds your fighting weight mostly all the time in order for you to be really successful and not worry about your weight being the issue.
Yeah, you gotta like just be up on it constantly. It's I don't know. It's just like an all day thing though, because like I said, I just be peeping up like the All Access is how them niggas be breaking it down sometimes, like 3 days, waking up at 5:30. But like I said, you didn't have to do like one was the road work, two was like strength and conditioning, and then okay, and then you also got to go like just for like the the boxing, just like the training, the boxing skill part. Hell yeah, it's like you're doing like 3 times a day, should probably at least like 2-hour sessions. So you just shower in and try to rest in between that shit.
And you hear a lot of them don't even have a nutritionist until they get well into 20, 30 fights in their career before they have an actual real nutritionist somebody who cooks and manages their diet. And
yeah, they saying that's why I heard them saying like Keyshawn Davis, like he another one. He don't got he didn't have like no nutritionist or none. They were saying that. Well, that's why his I guess like he has some type of like stomach problems or some shit.
Young guys, man, I just don't I don't know if they're hard headed or they're just a lot of these trainers and coaches are not giving them the game as far as all aspects, not just the training and working on your skills, but it's the stuff you put in your body and how you rest up. All those things factor in.
Yeah, because them niggas, I mean, the fact that they just been around and stuff so long, like they know how they know how to like get a boxer ready as far as how to condition him properly and bring his weight down. How to work, like basic stuff like that. It just be like when them niggas is willing to pay for, I guess we could say like advanced methods and shit. That's when them niggas go get a strength and conditioning coach and all that shit.
And another thing is that with him, you're around a guy like Shakur Stevenson and Bud Crawford, and I'm sure you see how Bud Crawford takes care of his body, what he puts in his body, those type of things like that. Like, I'm just wondering, what are these guys really learning? They like to call out a lot of these fighters that they affiliate with and how great they are, but what are you actually taking from them to add to your game?
Yeah, it just be baffling me when I be hearing about like, well, I don't know, 'cause, it could be a lie sometimes, but how you be hearing about like, oh, okay, this fight, this is the first time he ever had a chef or a nutritionist or strength and conditioning coach.
I would think that's something you would want to start early on with a guy fighting like professionally. You would want him to develop those good habits, so it always something that is just it comes second nature to him. Should I even
Shit
remember
costs
when?
money, bruh. You make $1 million, half of that is going to everybody you gotta pay. So people think you making $1 million, but you really making like 30K.
Yeah, but
No,
it
I'm just
don't.
fucking with y'all, nigga.
Hey,
No, that's how
hey,
niggas be thinking though.
Yeah, they
hey,
really be talking like
hey, social sciences. But I say this right: if I'm a nigga who's a thousandaire, if I can go to Whole Foods and get in the farmers market and get wholesome foods to be able to put in my body, what's stopping a nigga like that who's boxing professionally? What's stopping them from being able to have access to all natural foods and be able to have a good balanced nutritional meal that's set up for them?
Right. I don't know, bruh. These guys don't be having real discipline.
But that's what it boils down to, their manager, the people, their teams. Like, why isn't all this stuff being put together for them so they don't even have to think about it? Like, maximize the talent. You want to make sure they're putting the right things in their body.
Right. Hyphy done fell asleep and shit.
He probably stepped away, but
Yeah, I was
probably
talking
stepped.
about Caleb Plant, man. He was talking about how I had to put y'all on listen for a little bit. But yeah, he was talking about how damn Caleb Plant keep going back to that Jamal shit. But you gotta remember, man, Caleb Plant is from Tennessee. I can't imagine how many fucking white dudes came up to him, sent him DMs like, yeah, you slapped that nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no telling how many racist motherfuckers that done hailed him as a hero for that shit.
Yeah, he got them racist niggas as his supporters, huh?
In Tennessee, hell yeah.
Yeah, that
That,
nigga's a bitch.
that man, that man's he's officially in the Devin Haney corner. He reps Tennessee, but he's officially residing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, shit ain't no telling. Like, that's like another thing too. Cause like some of these niggas, they be moving out to Vegas and they be like hell, young, 19 and 20 and shit. The niggas be all detached from their home and shit.
Word.
Them niggas never be going
Eric
back.
going the wildin', bro. He done left now.
Yeah, he had to dip.
He said Fundura feels like olive oil.
Yeah, and we were just saying like that. He had another one like he of course he looking to come back, but them niggas don't got no dates for him.
Fedora.
Yeah.
Oh, that nigga need to take some tips from his sister. She be out there styling, light on her feet, keeping her distance well.
Hey, I started liking her because I used to see when she'd be like ringside at his fights, nigga, like she don't sit down, how she be like cheering the nigga on, like basically like coaching him from the side. I was like, okay, like that's what made me start liking her.
Yeah.
But shit, even after like getting his ass slept like that, I think it would be easier to find like some type of opponent for him, but it might still be a challenge. But shit, PBC niggas, they'll fuck around and go get like Austin Trout or somebody to fight that nigga.
Yeah. Shit, man, I'm finna have to get up off it too. I gotta get up early.
Oh yeah, for sure. I guess we probably like behind in a minute.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Good
Shit
talking.
already.
Check. Catching up. Peace.
Yeah, my nigga Joseph that fell off for a minute. But yeah, Caliplan is a bitch ass nigga. That nigga constantly calling out a fighter who got to fight, not even in his weight class. And that nigga got to get rust off. That nigga never say David Morrell. That's all he got to do is say he want to fight David Morrell. But that nigga don't want to fight David Morrell. And I don't know why, but I know why. That white boy a bitch. And like the Kane was saying, he got them supporters from Tennessee. All this, his only little fan base is a bitch. That nigga really don't got no fan base. So now it makes sense. Oh yeah, we bring him in. But yeah, Tim Tszyu, shit, he was saying like how he basically like that was his last fight in Australia, and after that he making a transition to he basically want to start getting in America and shit, take part in them big fights. But shit, I mean it's a good idea, it's just the wrong timing because like I said, nigga, like you're not gonna be a priority out here on fucking with PBC, and then I mean I to me he looked like somebody like if he ain't gonna like make the most money, all right, he ain't tripping because he understand he got to make the sacrifice. But they decide like what type of opponents is he gonna be able to get right now. You didn't kind of ran a roster thin. You didn't whipped on like the Terrell Gauchers and the Austin Trout types and all that shit. I mean, shit, maybe them niggas got a Jared Hurd for you next or something. You feel me?
Hey man,
coming off losses.
I mean, at this point, that's another dude you gotta think about. Where does he go? I think the only place is possibly ESPN. I think ESPN could probably be the only network that could stage a fight over there in Australia. But the thing is, what fight would be the fight for them to be, for them to put on over there in Australia?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Because I don't understand his deal per se. Because I believe he had like signed some shit under the pretense that he was coming to America to fight Jermell. But then even if he did, I don't know if that was a PBC deal or a Showtime deal. So you never know how that shit work out. But it's like moving forward, one way or another, you still need to be showcased, to these people. So, I don't know how that worked out, how that's gonna work out as far as showcasing them.
I mean, that's what makes makes it so difficult as a fan because you just don't know how a lot of this stuff is going to break down, and you don't know how these contracts are structured with these fighters. You don't know who's going to be who's going to be out here just wondering and searching for their next fight. You don't know what fights are going to get lined up. There's going to be a lot of things that we're not privy to know how it's going to play out, and that's what makes it uncertain about being a boxing fan in this climate going into 2024. It's just a lot of unknowns.
Yeah, that's yeah. Well, but all we can pretty much take from that, you know, you got niggas that's just coming off long layoffs and shit, and shit. It probably won't be no cross promotion fights because the niggas just gonna be getting their asses whipped more and more. They already been getting their asses whipped lately.
Well, hell, what cross promotion fights? There is no cross promotion.
Just shit. Yeah, you got me there. Shit. What? I mean, I'm trying to see. You take niggas like okay, like I see Emmanuel Rodriguez. He didn't came back and said, okay, yeah, he's still gonna continue fighting. So I mean, you know, you would have to. Yeah, you would definitely have to cross promote to get him any type of unification. Who else? I mean, really don't got like shit at 120. You know, they got some people at 126, but like them niggas want to just fight each other.
I mean, the only thing I can see is the sooner Inouye becomes undisputed, then Top Rank has a big fight at 126 with basically Ramirez. Other than that, ain't nothing really cracking at 126.
Well, besides you know, them niggas who been like doing like a little round robin with each other, you know, your Frampton, Warrington, Warrington, Lee Wood, Luis Alberto Lopez and Mauricio Lara. But if you let like Robeisy get up in that mix, yeah, then it's a whole different, you know, shit get more interesting. Let Robeisy get up in there, all you move up.
And I think Top Rank's going to move that way because he's 30, so it makes sense they're going to want to move him fast, and the quicker he can get to undisputed, that makes the Inouye fight even bigger once they do. Because I do believe those two are going to fight.
Robeisy and Naoya.
Yeah, I believe they're going to fight.
Yeah, that's how I looked at it.
Yeah, you don't put those two on the same fight card in Japan, and they're not eventually going to get in the ring with each other.
Yeah, and it was smart for him to take that too. Like, nigga, yeah, stay busy, nigga. Yeah,
Hey, just remember where y'all heard it first. Whoever's still in the chat, you heard it first here. When that fight happens, I told you it was going to happen.
Yeah, because Robeisy, like, he another one is just like easy to overlook him and shit. Yeah, it's shit. It seemed like a lot of people forgot that he fought on that undercard, anyways. After he had that good ass fight with Isaac Dogbe. But yeah, shit. I mean, I'll be with that fight for sure.
Yeah, who would you take in that fight?
Oh, I said it back then. It's funny. I got Robeisy. I still feel like it's one thing I see about Nia. I still feel like he real good, but I feel like like another fighter, like his intelligence ain't like the absolute. It's not like at the peak where I feel like other fighters could like take advantage and whip at that. Plus, I don't know. I take in consideration like where his like fighting where he learned to fight at. He come from Japan. No disrespect to them, but that's not like the highest level when it comes to just amateur fighters and shit as far as learning how to fight. So I feel like he's real good. I feel that like if he was like, but I feel only another like an elite fighter could beat him anyways. So that's the thing. That's it. Robeisy is like the only one I could even possibly say could do it at 126. So I think all them other niggas, I think he'd beat them all. Like the Lee Wood and all that. I think he'd whip on them.
Oh yeah, he would stop Lee Wood. He would that would be a bad matchup. I don't think Eddie Hearn would be stupid enough to want to make that fight.
And then so shit after that, it'd be like 130. And I mean, to me, it's more so me just looking at that power, nigga. Just like I definitely believe that power was the real deal at 122. I believe that power would be there even at 130.
Yeah, that's an intriguing fight. If I had to pick somebody today, I slightly like Inoue, but Robeisie's counter punching is just as dangerous, if not better. Very sharp counter puncher.
Hell yeah. And yeah, he coming with he might not be coming with as much power, but he got power too. He punching with power.
And he hits you with them shots you don't see, and when he hits you with the shots you don't see, we seen what happens when he hits you with a shot you don't see.
That'd be a good ass, just interesting fight too. Just to see that style clash. Good ass fight.
It's almost one of those things like who's timing, because they both have excellent timing.
Yeah.
Which guy is going to solve that puzzle of being able to time the other guy?
Shit, I like Robeisy. I just thought I think he'll like catch him with something like to sit his ass down and make that nigga think. Like, yeah, you're not gonna have me intimidated like you did Fulton.
That's one thing about Robeisy. He's comfortable. He's comfortable in those spots.
Yeah. And right in front of you and shit. And it's like the way it's for the way he fight. It's like he always keeping some type of a counter loaded up too. But that's where it make it good because Naoya, he didn't, just got like a lot smarter. You done seen him get like a lot smarter over the years and stuff. So that's where it make it real good. He didn't got just So it's just a fun one just to think about. Like, that's talking about a dream. Like, that's like a dream match. But shit, I think. Okay, yeah, you there. Hey, so what you got like another like hour or so? Hour plus?
I got like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah.
Going on 14 hours, man.
Hell yeah. Shit, I wake up like 5 hours from that. No, not 5. I got like 7. Try to, get like an early morning workout.
Yeah, I'll be up. I'll be up around. I already set my alarm to like either 6 or 7, because that gives me enough time to do my workout, and then I can start, get my juice in, and then could make me a bowl before I head back to work and do it all over again. So
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the same program as you then. But shit, we didn't get this nigga like 3 hours 45 minutes. We didn't held it down. Got our money worth. Gave niggas a cool Thursday night show. Called out this punk ass white boy.
fast forward to Thursday. We done been on so long. We done been on so long, boy. We done made it Thursday.
Shit, some niggas on Wednesday, so I'm a day off still, mixing up them teas. Yeah. Shit.
Yeah, we can go ahead and shut it down.
Yeah, hopefully niggas get that James Gogi show this week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, listen to a real nigga talk some boxing.
If you guys haven't got a chance, what Hyphy's referring to is the great James Gogi, 40-year plus experience boxing training. He's training current fighters right now out in Mexico. You can only catch him on War Week Radio YouTube channel. Comes on every Sunday evening. Just real entertaining, wealth of knowledge about the sport of boxing. And just a great time every time I listen in and get his takes on the sport. And I've only heard him be wrong about one fight since I've been listening to him. So he's only picked one fight wrong since I've listened to him.
Yeah, come up off them birthday niggas channels. Hey, and you know who be coming like just like the niggas that he claim he hated and shit. That nigga going way too far with this shit. That goddamn World Combat Sports.
Oh.
Yo, that nigga clickbait central.
Bro. He be calling Derek James, Diddy James, and all his fighters need to leave him, and it's like, man, I just don't understand these dudes, man. I don't. They get a channel. It's cool you got a certain fighter that you like, but the fact that they demonize every person that affiliates with that fighter is just mind-boggling.
Hey, and then because I seen niggas they've been like reporting like just of course lying rumors. They talking about Spencer's back with Blu-ray. I'm like, these niggas just like they see like one channel report some that they don't even know the channel, and them niggas there just like run with it. Just so they can say like, they was on one of the first to break the news also.
Hey, remember once upon a time when Fred was driving YouTube, everything this dude put out, everybody was breaking news with it.
Hell yeah. For granted.
That's how these cats be, man.
It's a nigga that can't even get credentials, but somehow he got the information, breaking information. But yeah, these niggas are tripped. And it's this one channel called The Boxing Out. Yo, that nigga make all type of
oh yeah. I seen that, man. Yeah, he's like the latest on Glovegate for Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford need to get suspended and banned for cheating and all this other shit. Like this shit is wild, man.
That nigga be you feel me? That nigga, that nigga only got no other topics. All he do is like make something about. I said, man, that nigga must have lost like his fucking house deed to that fight.
Bro, something seriously wrong with these guys that they could just sit up here and just make up stuff every single day with no plausible evidence to support the shit that they're accusing these fighters of doing.
Right. They just take like a different still clip, flip the image or something. Niggas get bored. Oh, we didn't find a new picture of Crawford wearing, he got a snack logo on his socks. But then these niggas just, build a whole story around it. These niggas crazy, man. But fuck them all. I guess we get up out of here.
Yeah, man. Once again, man, it's always cool coming through. Sorry about the noise background. Something I can't really control, but always cool to talk boxing and be able to conversate with y'all and just have a good time and chop it up with the fam.
Yeah, we end up being back here on like next Tuesday again. But shit, yeah, we'll bump into y'all. Gone.